Fanatics isn't just... Discover our collection of handcrafted candles. That's right, every product is thoughtfully created in small batches free from harmful toxins for mindful everyday indulgence. Our candles are hand-poured in coconut soy wax with natural wood wicks, offering a long-lasting burn and rich fragrances. Create a cozy, safe ambiance for your home with candles from Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers use the promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network.
Fanatics isn't just our name, it's who we are. Loyal, passionate fans dedicated to our favorite teams and to the sports we love. That's why we're honored to be able to offer fans the world's largest collection of official sports apparel and sports jerseys from all the leagues, teams, and players you love. We feature a wide selection of gear from every league, including NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, and NCAA merchandise, which allows us to serve fans of football, baseball, hockey, basketball, lacrosse, soccer, golf, and everything else that gets your heart pumping. Go to Fanatics.com by using the QR code on your screen right now to celebrate your teams.
And welcome in, everybody, to another episode of Inside Edge Primetime here on the Inside Edge Network. Chad Bryan to my right, your right, everybody's right. I'm Eli Moon, and we are rocking with you here for another week of Inside Edge Primetime here on the Inside Edge Network. Thank you for rocking with us. We appreciate you. If it's your first time, hello, and if you've been here before, welcome back. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow at Inside Edge Net on all of the socials: YouTube, X, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch. Check it all out. Hit that notification bell so you know when we're going live. Great daily and weekly programming here for you. And also, go check out our website, InsideEdgeNetwork.com. You can read about all your favorite personalities like Chad and I, and everybody who does a great job across the network. Check out our partners. Our partners page, we have Fanatics.com, AlleyRoseFragrances.com, W Energy, Monster Moments, SportsMemorabilia.com, and Omega Video Marketing. We appreciate them, and we appreciate you at home. So go check out the merchandise store. Go grab a shirt, a hat, a polo, a mug, a windbreaker. Tuck it away for, when it gets a little colder here, folks, and rock Cleveland's digital leader. And check out the Inside Edge Network app on Roku. Rock with us there on Roku as well. But let's get started here. Chad Bryan, another week of Primetime. How are you feeling this evening?
I am pretty good, man. Celebrated our country's 250th birthday over the weekend. That was pretty fun. Had some fun with the family, whatever. That was good. Man. How are you?
I'm great. Yeah, fireworks were cool, man. Over the weekend, my cousin has an ATF license, so went out there and rocked out in the country and saw like an hour's worth of fireworks. So it was cool. Just spend some time with family and just try to relax a little bit yesterday. You know me, I'm not one to know how to relax, so I did as much relaxing as I could, and then we did main event and had fun with my guy Rob Rizicki. So we are rocking and rolling. And hello to C-Town Rocks.
Hey.
Says, let's go, best podcast in town. You're too kind.
Appreciate you, C-Town Rocks. What's going on?
Yes.
Fireworks were cool. When they actually went off without a hitch. We had a little trouble Friday night.
Yes.
This was a whole saga. So we were going to see our local fireworks here. We were going to go watch those, and I won't name any names. I think it'll be, whatever. It doesn't matter. So we had some storms that were imminent. You could look at the radar and see that there was a 99 to 100% chance that it was going to storm from about 8 to 10, right?
Right.
Or really 8:30 to 11. And so our local law enforcement said, hey, fireworks are at 8 o'clock, right? And everybody got a little upset. They said, well, it's going to be bright out. You're not even going to be able to see them, right? Like, why? Like, just use the rain day. Why not use the rain? Doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So as I'm watching the comments pile up, I went back eventually to see how many people had commented. And I saw that our local police station they decided to delete the comments,
Oof.
and disabled the ability to comment. Instead of,
Oh, no.
instead of getting out there and like getting involved with the community and like hitting those pressing issues head on, they said, didn't happen if we don't see it. Yeah. Right. So
Yeah.
nobody's upset. We made the right decision. We did fine. So we all packed in the car, and well, it wasn't that hard to get in the car. You just climb in.
Okay.
We drove and we hustled. We had to hustle a little faster. We were meeting some people up there, and we got there, whatever, about 7:50, right?
Yeah.
Ready for some fireworks. Sat there for 10, 12 minutes or whatever, and a couple little warning shots went off at about 8:01, 8:02. And I was like, okay, here we go. Here come the fireworks, right? The kids came around. They were out, was whatever, visiting with people. And they came running across, and they sat by us, and we had a couple other family members that were there, and we were ready to watch fireworks. And it 8:15 turned into 8:30, and 8:30 turned into 8:40, and 8:40 turned into 8:45 with no announcement, no word, nothing, no new posts, because the police department wouldn't want anyone to comment negatively, on their post. So we waited until about 8:45, 8:46, and one of the people that we were with said, "Sky looks pretty bad." I was like, "Is it bad?" I turned around and I was like, "Yeah, that's not good. Let's get out of here. We're not doing the fireworks. We're obviously not going to do it with this storm coming." So we packed in the car again. Like it's so hard to get in the car. And as we're pulling out, I think they shut off 25 minutes of fireworks in about 7 to 10 minutes. So as we're pulling out, and this storm is like coming in angrily, Eli. I mean, there's supposedly from people that stayed there, the very few people that stayed there were already like very, very low numbers because nobody wanted to put themselves in harm's way. It was clearly some bad storms. And I guess people said there were tents and chairs and stuff flying across the parking lot. But don't worry, because the fireworks were just shooting off 25 minutes of them in about 7 minutes. And we get home, our patio furniture is blown all over the backyard. We had a flower pot back there that was shattered because of the wind. I don't know if there was like a micro burst or what happened, but our backyard was just all torn up. We had to drive through branches down in the roads. There was stuff flying across. It was wild. No. All this for some fireworks. The local police department, who's there to protect and serve, Eli, decided to put everyone in harm's way. Right? Come out early. Come out and get right in line of the storm so we can shoot off a half an hour's worth of fireworks in 7 minutes, and you can miss everything because you're scrambling for cover. I just thought it was really poorly handled, man.
It's like a war zone. It's like a war zone. Fireworks are going off. Everything's flying.
Stuff flying across the road. Things are exploding over here. It was wild.
Oh, no.
So I thought they handled that pretty poorly. And I guess, well, of course, they blamed it. The fire department ended up blaming it on the fireworks company. They said that they refused to tear it down or whatever. I'm sorry. No, that's not what they said. They said it would have cost them $6,000 a day because you can't leave it unsupervised, obviously.
Yeah.
So my question was, why would you make the rain date for fireworks on Friday, Monday? Like, why? If you know that is a risk going in, just make it the next day, right? Like, don't cost yourself $18,000 in babysitting fees. Like, just make it the next day. It wasn't that difficult. But they blew them off, and simultaneously they blew it. They blew the fireworks show. Everyone missed it. I'm assuming maybe 50 or 60 people saw it. So I'm glad
that great use of city dollars there. Chad.
Yeah, I'm glad that 20 or 30 or 40,000, however much that costs. I'm glad that 50 or 60 people got to see that. So that was pretty cool. My kids were bummed, but we did see fireworks Saturday night in another community, so they were happy. Yeah, it was a whole fiasco. I just thought it was really poorly handled by some local departments, but whatever.
That's fair. At least, I got this, saw your reel on social media. You're watching some thunderstorms, though. So, you had a decent end of the weekend, I'd say there, pal.
Yeah, Sunday morning was nice. Although I will say that storm turned pretty severe by the time it got a little further out east. It was just a nice rolling thunderstorm with some good rain until it got a little further out east by like Warren and Youngstown and that area. It caused some damage out there. So
yeah, no, I did see that. Yeah. Kelly's Island, crazy out there, man.
Oh, yeah. Did you see how much rain they got? They got half of their total year's worth of rain in about 4 to 5 hours. I think they said they had 19 inches of rain or 17, whatever. Just an insane amount of rain. They showed pictures of roads completely washed out. So hopefully everyone's doing okay up there. I haven't heard much more since this morning, but yeah, that's actually terrifying. I mean, that's terrible.
Scary stuff, pal. Scary stuff. Well, busy weekend. We are back at it here, Chad, and you know what? We get to kick off the weekend, or the week rather, from the weekend with some sad news. Belgium has taken down Team USA 4-1 in the World Cup, the round of 16. Team USA's journey in the World Cup comes to an end tonight. They had Balogun on the pitch here tonight. He had Pulisic obviously on the pitch until he got hurt throughout the game. So they were at full strength for a majority of this. They were down 1-0 early. They tied it up with a Tillman goal. And then right after, Belgium strikes again, makes it 2-1. Right out into the second half, they get a pretty quick goal, make it 3-1, and then they put the dagger essentially in the Team USA late in the game, make it 4-1. Chad, the World Cup's been a lot of fun, but are you discouraged now as a Team USA fan in terms of watching the rest of the World Cup? Or are you going to still watch it and check out what the other countries do as well?
I'll probably still watch. I feel like I should apologize. Maybe it's partially my fault because tonight was the first time that I had watched. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to jump on the bandwagon. And I immediately fell off and hit my head on a rock. I don't know what happened. But, yeah, I'll never eat another Belgian waffle. I can tell you that. Never will I enjoy another one of those for breakfast. No, I'm kidding. No, I'll watch. I'll probably watch the rest of it. It's been a lot of fun. Just aside from the U.S. making a little bit of an unexpected run, I think. It would have been great if they could have won tonight. I didn't think Belgium was that overpowering. I didn't think it would end up 4-1 like this. I thought there was a chance they could lose. Of course, the further you go in the tournament, the higher the chances are that you could lose. But I thought they could beat Belgium. The way they'd been playing, and Belgium hadn't really been that overwhelming. So I thought the U.S. had a chance, especially with Balogun out there. And he said something really funny before the show, like, "Well, okay, you're right. That wasn't fair. Let's replay the game without him. Yeah. Let's just replay. You're right. That wasn't fair."
Yeah, he'll sit for the red card. Yeah, he'll sit for it. It's like. We were talking about it yesterday on Main Event, Chad, Rob and I. We were talking about how it's crazy that Team USA, who has not been good my entire life, I'm 28, I'll be 29 at the end of the month. They have not been good in, soccer my entire life. Mm-hmm. The last time they were really successful, like to a true testament of success in the World Cup was the 1930 World Cup when they finished third by default. And so to see this run, I'm just like, I'm upset. First off, it comes to an end. And then I'm upset that we've been painted as the bad guys. We went from not being good to now being the villains. The guys that, the Balogun, the red card being rescinded, and now it's like Team USA isn't playing fairly. It's like, come on, man, we're the new guys on the block. Like, be mad at Portugal or somebody else. Like, be mad at Ronaldo. Like, I know he got bounced as well today. Portugal lost to Spain 1-0. But, maybe be mad at somebody else, man. I guess it's a bummer, this is the way it ended as well, because it's like, if we were going to be the villains, I would have liked to at least have a little bit more of a run. Like, be mad at us longer, I guess, if that's the case.
Make everybody mad, right? And make everybody in the world mad. No, I get it. Yeah, that kind of stinks. It's unfortunate the way that it ended. But maybe it, and it's sad to say that this was the unexpected run for the U.S. and this was the best that, we've done in a little while. So maybe it sparks some interest in, the youth programs across the country. Maybe there's somebody out there right now going, you know what, in 4 years or in 8 years, I'm going to get them to that next level. It's going to be me. And maybe they'll do that. You never know who's watching and who, takes the loss hard enough to go out there and just work their butts off and help the U.S. get back to here and hopefully further and beyond. But yeah, it's unfortunate the way it ended.
Yeah, you would hope this sparks some excitement, in terms of soccer. The last few weeks, everybody's been a soccer fan, but you hope it carries on, maybe some more MLS support here in the States and just getting involved in terms of, like you mentioned, programs putting soccer in, the forefront. It's never going to be bigger than football here in Ohio, but not moving a Friday night light soccer game that's already been planned for months because now the football team has to play here or whatever. Now moving them to Saturday morning, it kind of kills any interest that high schoolers and even in college, would want to play to go to this next level. So hopefully soccer's taken a little bit more seriously, not only in Ohio, but in the States. And then maybe we will see more of a revitalization, to your point, a stronger Team USA. But yeah, they did impress. It was a lot more fun than it has been in years past. But, I'm bummed it came to an end. And, Papa Moon, who's not even the biggest soccer guy, but he was even bummed. He's watching Belgium and he's like, come on, man. He's like, stop them. And, they did not stop them, Chad. So
they did not at all. It's something that you said there sparked a question for me. It's more, I guess, a bit of curiosity. I was going to say that, soccer likely is never going to replace football here. We always see soccer players go from soccer to the football team, right? They end up being a place kicker, a punter, whatever. Right. So our goalies go and end up being really good punters. I don't know of that many guys that play football who, as a kicker or a punter, end up going on to success on the soccer field. It doesn't really translate that way, you know?
Right.
And I'm sure there are the outliers, but yeah, I think that the numbers are a lot higher of people who go, well, I mean, okay, I'm pretty good at soccer, but there's more exposure. I'm likely to get more notoriety and maybe a bigger, better scholarship, maybe more NIL money now.
Right.
If I go the football route. So yeah. But yeah, it was a cool run while it lasted. I think you got to stop outpricing, youth. You're outpricing families, and some of the travel ball is crazy. Whether it's soccer or baseball, and I mean, hockey is another animal. Hockey is really expensive for as far as youth sports go, right?
Right.
So I think sometimes you're pricing some of your best athletes out of the sport immediately. When you talk about, well, it costs $1,500 to go to this tournament, and $800 for this tournament. Now you're talking about a season where you're playing 30, 40, 50, whether it's soccer matches, baseball games, whatever.
Right.
$5,000, right, for a season of 40 or 50 games is insane. It's just a lot of it's just not practical for a lot of families. So I think you see a lot of our best athletes kind of gravitate toward the sports that are maybe a little bit less expensive to play as a youth. So we're going to have to tackle that problem head on at some point,
Yeah, no, absolutely. We'll keep an eye on it, and hopefully, we at least see a little bit more soccer, spark, I guess, to, so to speak, here in the States, and see a little bit, because it was fun. It was fun here, watching the World Cup and seeing Team USA run, and we'll see what they do in 2030 now. So we'll keep an eye on that. And of course, maybe we'll be watching a little bit of soccer in between here as well. But we're going to take a quick pause for the cause. When we come back, we're going to talk about our Cleveland Guardians. 3 All-Stars. Pretty crazy to think that one of them, not one, 2 rather, are rookies, but one more surprising in terms of the call-up. And, well, we'll get into it after the break. And later on, we're going to talk about LeBron James. We are currently still waiting to see where he goes. Is he coming back home? We're not sure. We'll see. We'll get into all of that. Maybe even some Braves talk. Because I took a look at the NL East yesterday, Chad, and I was like, uh-oh, buddy might be in trouble. So we'll talk about that all here on Inside Edge Primetime here on the Inside Edge Network. Of course, the Daily Spiral with Autumn Chisholm, and I'll be on there as well, co-hosting with her at 11 p.m. And then Midnight Run with special guest host Kyle Cornell at midnight here. 1 stream, 3 shows. We'll be back right after this.
Key On Sports is the leader in Ohio high school athletic coverage in written, print, and video streaming. From the latest news and results and written content to the high school football game of the week every Friday, Key On Sports has you covered. The vision of 15-time published author Vince McKee has become the most trusted site in Ohio high school athletic news. From podcasts to player profiles, Key On Sports is your one-stop for all of it. Visit them today at keyonsports.com or on YouTube at Key On Sports. Check out their socials on Twitter and Facebook as well.
Clean energy, bold flavors, and no jitters. See why people won't shut up about Dubby. Clean energy, no jitters or crash. Whether you're starting your workday or getting ready to exercise, Dubby Energy helps you lock in and focus. With over 15 flavors to choose from, you can't miss. Order Dubby Energy right now by using the QR code on your screen and use the promo code InsideEdge10 to receive 10% off your order. Dubby Energy, your energy-focused sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Discover our collection of body mists made with clean, minimal ingredients. Handcrafted with natural essential oils and clean ingredients, they offer a natural alternative to synthetic fragrances. Perfect for sensitive skin and those seeking clean, mindful self-care, and the perfect gift for you or your special someone. Courtesy of Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers, use that promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Whether searching for a baseball autographed by your favorite World Series slugger, a signed football by an iconic Hall of Famer, or the jersey of a world-famous soccer star, you've come to the right place. Here at SportsMemorabilia.com, the web's leading source of authentic sports memorabilia, you'll find more than 500,000 authentic products from nearly every professional sports league, team, and players. Not only will you find your next prized sports possession with ease thanks to superb customer service and tremendous site experience, you'll have the satisfaction and peace of mind that every product listed comes complete with a certificate of authenticity and is fully backed by the SportsMemorabilia.com lifetime authenticity guarantee. Go to SportsMemorabilia.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. SportsMemorabilia.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Find us on InsideEdgeNetwork.com for the latest information on your favorite shows, personalities, and network partners. Plus, guess what? We have a merch shop. That's right, we have network polos, t-shirts, champion jackets, hats, and bottles. Rep the network. Every purchase supports independent sports and entertainment media. Use the QR code on your screen right now to check out InsideEdgeNetwork.com. That's InsideEdgeNetwork.com.
And welcome back to Inside Edge Primetime here on the Inside Edge Network. Chad Bryan to my right, you're right, everybody's right. And I'm Eli Moon. We're back in the saddle, on the saddle adjacent. Here, I'm having a rough hair day here today, Chad B. And I think I'm mute you before we get into some real intellectual talk here on Inside Edge Primetime. We're back, starting off your Monday. Hope your weekend was great. Hope you had a great 4th of July holiday weekend, however you celebrate. Hope you enjoyed your time with loved ones, hopefully, and stayed safe. We are rocking and rolling. A lot of great stuff to get into. We just talked about the World Cup. If you missed it, Belgium did take down Team USA in the round of 16, 4-1. So that means USA is now out of the World Cup. Belgium moves on. They're one of the final 8. In earlier action, Spain took down Portugal 1-0. They scored around the 90th minute, and they took down Ronaldo in Portugal. So that's the end for Cristiano Ronaldo. You saw Neymar go down Brazil to Norway yesterday. They lost 2-1 to Norway, and Neymar retired from World Cup action. So it's a lot of legends saying goodbye to the game of soccer, at least World Cup action, Chad B. Pretty crazy.
Yeah, almost makes me wish the World Cup was every 2 years, so you could see these guys play on the world stage a little more often. But I mean, those European leagues are huge, so I don't think that it really matters. I guess it's just for visibility for me. But casual soccer fan, I've said it before. But yeah, I do like the World Cup. There's something, just the atmosphere is cool. Again, I really hadn't been able to watch just because of shows and logistics and things. So I finally decided to tune in tonight, and it's a 4-1 loss for Team USA. So I'm the bad luck charm, I guess.
Yeah, you.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I would just leave it at that, man. I'm not gonna throw you under the bus. No, I'll get it aside. At least you got to watch some USA soccer. But yes, the World Cup does continue on round of 8. They got a few more round of 16 matchups, and round of 8 starts up here very, very soon. If you're rocking with us for the first time or visited before but haven't liked and subscribed, make sure you go ahead, like, subscribe, follow at Inside Edge Net on all the socials: YouTube, X, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch. Check it out. Hit that notification bell so you know when we're going live. We have 4 daily shows on Filter with Kyle Cornell, 5 to 6 p.m. weekdays here on the Inside Edge Network. He's on vacation this week from Unfiltered, so he will be back next week. But he is going to do some fill-in duty here for Midnight Run today and tomorrow for Anthony Alford, who will be back with us next week. And then, of course, Inside Edge Primetime, 10 p.m. to 11, Chad and I. Then you have the 11 o'clock hour, the Daily Spiral with Autumn Chisholm. And then Chad, AA, and I usually rotate in and become the co-host or the person that gets in trouble when it comes to Love Island and everything else like that. And then, of course, Midnight Run with Anthony Alford. Typically, like I said, Kyle Cornell, and then I will be filling in for AA this week. He'll be back next week. Go check out the website, InsideEdgeNetwork.com. Read about your favorite personalities. Check out our partners page. And go to the merchandise store. Get some of the nice Rep Cleveland's digital leader. And download the Inside Edge Network app on Roku. All right, Chabby. Let's get back to it, man. The Guardians. 3 All-Stars. 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. Crazy. Parker Messick, who's having a great year. Rookie starting pitcher for the Guardians. Cade Smith, the closer for the Guardians in his first full season as the closer for the Guards. And he leads Major League Baseball in saves this year. And then, get this, Chad Bryan. Travis Bazana, the second baseman for the Cleveland Guardians. He is an all-star as well. That makes the 3 of them. And no Jose Ramirez, but 2 rookies getting in for the Guards. What do you make of this for obviously the individual players, but also, for the Guardians' makeup, what they're trying to do, maybe going and getting a big bat, does this slow them down from going to make that big move because now they have two guys that are already homegrown making it to the All-Star game?
Yeah, I don't know if this would be what slows them down. I think it's the propensity to not want to spend money or give up assets. It's going to slow them down. But this is great for Bazana, Messick, and Cade Smith. Cade Smith started a little bit rough. Remember, there were some people that said, "Hey, maybe he's not a closer. Maybe he's just can't do the ninth inning or whatever." He turned it around, and like I said, I think I said early on, you got to give him some time. With closers, it's tough. One little thing mechanically, and you only get 3, 4, maybe 5 hitters. Ideally, that's all you want as the closer. So if you go out there and you're not on your game, these are major league hitters. They're going to hit you. I don't care if you throw 95, 100, 102, whatever. You can get away with more mistakes throwing 102 than you can at 95, but
right.
Eventually it's going to catch up with you. So yeah, it's good to see Cade Smith turn it around, 26 saves, and Parker Messick's been good all year, and Travis Bazana, I told you, from the moment he came up, I said this guy's a professional hitter. He looks the part at the plate. Doesn't always, I'm not necessarily saying he's going to be a 50 home run guy or a 330 hitter, but he finds a way to get on base. He has good at bats. He battles at the plate. He appears to know what he's doing with the bat in his hand. So it's good to see these guys get the all-star nod from the players.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I talked about it yesterday at main event, Chad, about how it's crazy. I've already seen fans on social media being, a few weeks ago being like, Nick Kurtz, that's who the Guardians should have drafted. We need an outfielder. And it's like, I just can't. Why can't we just slow down? Let's just slow down. Travis Bazana is having a pretty good rookie year. Obviously, he's an all-star. He's in the probably discussion for rookie of the year at this point. Yeah. And he's having a great, not only, his defense isn't great. I'll say it's like, all right. He could definitely improve on the defensive side, but offensively, he's having a pretty solid, if not great year so far since he's been called up to Cleveland. And I think this is a perfect scenario for the Guardians where now that they at least have established their middle infield. Ryan Rocchio's having a great year.
Yeah.
Travis Bazana's having a pretty solid year. And now you can go look for an outfielder. Yes, I understand it's escaped them for a long time, but to be like, we need to draft Nick Kurtz, are two completely different players. Nick Kurtz rips the cover off the ball. He's a home run hitter. And Travis Bazana, like you mentioned, is going to be patient at the plate, going to draw those walks, going to, just make contact and bring in runs. So I think they're two different players, and they're both having great years. Obviously, Nick Kurtz is a all-star starter in the AL, but, we'll keep an eye on it. I think it's cool. It just worries me now. I just think this is probably it in terms of any push to go make a move for a big bat or a pitcher. Yeah. And, we mentioned Yordan Alvarez a few weeks ago. He's the front runner for the AL MVP, and the Astros are making a push for the wild card. So that's probably not happening.
Nope.
I heard Byron Buxton, just murmurs of Byron Buxton. Yeah. I know you've told me here on Primetime, right here on this very Inside Edge Network, that Byron Buxton would cost quite a bit. Do you still feel like he would cost a ton, or do you especially with the Twins moving up in the Central?
Yeah, and trading within the division, I think, too, you're going to have to pay a little bit of a premium for him as well. Right. He's a 5-tool guy, right? He's yes. When he puts it all together, when he's out there, he's a very, very good player. So, yeah, it's going to cost you a little bit extra, being that the Twins are in the division and now starting to play some decent baseball. So, but yeah, Yordan Alvarez is probably gone. Byron Buxton, probably not an option. We're back to I really don't know, what bat they would go get. I think it's going to be a pitcher, probably a guy you can slot in at that 2 or 3 or kind of float him or whatever. And, some bench depth, to be honest with you. They don't really have a guy. Here's a guy. They don't really have a guy that they trust.
I was waiting on it.
Yeah,
I was waiting on it.
Yeah, it happens. They don't have a guy they trust to bring off the bench, I think, in big situations, like in a 7th, 8th inning, big at bat. Right. And you were talking about Bazana's defense. The one thing that I did think of that I wanted to say when you were talking, I think it's a lot easier to improve on defense than it is at the plate. Yes. Hitting can be a mystery, right? When your timing gets off, look at Stephen Kwan right now. When something's just a little bit off, we've seen very, very good hitters have miserable years. Usually, if you can get your defense to a certain level, it stays pretty consistent. So, I think you can run a lot of drills. You can do all the soft hand drills or whatever you can do with Bazana to get him maybe playing a little bit better defense. But it's hard to improve the hitting. So I would rather have it this way: him come up and look like a professional hitter and go, I need some work on the defense, right? I think that's a little bit not easier, because it's still playing defense at the major league level. It's not easy, But it's just I think it's less challenging to improve on the defensive side of the ball with the glove than it is to improve with the bat.
That makes a ton of sense. I'm with you there. We'll see if he can pick it up on the defensive side. The other thing for the Guardians, too, Chad, keep in mind, with the roster, we're talking overall roster moves here. They still have to bring back Jose Ramirez, and obviously they're going to have to make a move for him, and they will. And then you have Angel Martinez. They'll make a move for him, get him back into the roster. Who do you move, right? That's kind of the discussion. Also, if they're not going to make a trade, the other thing on my mind is Ralphie Velasquez coming up? Are they going to look to bring up, all their prospects that are ready to play pro ball, at least seem to be ready to play pro ball? Because at this point, if they're not going to make a trade, they definitely need more pop in the bat. Like that's just what it is offensively. Maybe you bring up Velasquez, see what he can provide. I've heard, with a potential move for, when they bring Martinez back, is Rhys Hoskins going to be, one of those guys they look to maybe DFA?
Maybe.
I know they brought him in on this contract in the offseason, but he hasn't been super electric, at least like I would have hoped to see, and a lot of other fans. So you wonder if he's going to be, potentially DFA'd. Do they DFA Gabriel Arias? I know he's had a few big moments here since he's come back, but also he's very inconsistent since he's been called up to the major leagues. So him, and then, you have options on Khalil Watson, Cooper Ingle. So there's a lot of things you could do if you're the Guardians, but I'm curious. Does Ralphie Velasquez get the call? We didn't think Cooper Ingle necessarily would get the call up this year, and now he's up here.
Yeah.
Does Ralphie Velasquez get the call? So we'll keep an eye on all of that.
Yeah.
But I got some questions to ask you about the Atlanta Braves, man.
Oh, boy.
So obviously we're Cleveland's digital leader, so we talk about our guards, but my guy Chad Bryan is a Braves fan, as much as he does rock with the Guardians as well.
Yeah.
So I got some questions about the NL East, pal.
Okay.
If you look right now, the Braves, they are still atop of the NL East. But they're hanging on, by 3.5 games. It's not as much of a convincing lead as they had earlier on in the year.
Yeah.
Who are you most concerned about in the East right now? Because, yes, I know the Phillies right now are in second place, but the Marlins have played some of their best baseball this past month in June, and July they're doing pretty well. And the Nationals even. I know they're kind of a long shot, but they have some gamers on that team. C.J. Abrams, Cavalli, even though he's a pain in the ass, he's somebody that they can count on in the starting pitching rotation. So who do you worry about the most as a Braves fan that could come up and maybe snatch this NL East from you?
It's funny because none of these teams really have the depth that the Phillies have, but the Phillies can't really. The pitching's terrible. The Phillies are in second place in this division, and they've been outscored by 7 runs on the season. So the run differential is -7. You don't see that very often, Just take a look at the Brewers. They're plus 127. The Braves are plus 96. So it looks like, these teams should have 10, 11 game leads, right?
Right.
But there's obviously a disconnect. The Braves are up and down. They're inconsistent without Ronald Acuna Jr. in the lineup. Other guys, have been in and out, whatever. You've got some injuries, and it happens. Drake Baldwin was out for a little while. But the Marlins probably right now, I think, maybe scare me just a little bit more than the Phillies because they are there at plus 24. The run differential, the pitching's pretty good. But the Marlins don't have a ton of depth. That
right.
Payroll is bargain basement as far as, payrolls go. So there's not a lot of depth there, but they seem to be playing pretty good baseball. The Nationals can score really better than almost anybody in the National League. I think they're number one in the National League in runs scored. But they can't get anybody out. They're a plus 10 run differential. They've scored 497 and given up 487 runs. That's also number one in the National League the wrong way. So, and then
they have exciting games.
Exactly. Yeah. There's a lot of 12-10 wins. And the Mets are just, they're having a garbage season. I don't know what happened to the Mets. They can't score a run. They can't really get anybody out. Right. The poor Mets. I tell you, I feel so bad for that blue and orange team out of New York. I just feel terrible.
Yeah,
for
I know.
Yeah,
it's
awful. Heart
hurting
just
your soul. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about the Marlins. But it's the Phillies really, because the Phillies, when they figure out the pitching side of it, they're going to be dangerous. They're a really, really good baseball team. It doesn't feel like they're at the end of their, they've had a nice little run. It doesn't feel like they're at the end of that, but they're not playing very well. They're not pitching very well. Not getting anybody out. So the NL East is kind of a mess right now. And I had told you the Braves feel like an average team, and they started out on fire, Eli. And everyone's like, "Oh, you're wrong. Your Braves are so good." I'm like, just wait a minute. Like I felt like they were playing above their heads, and then especially when Acuna went out the second time with the hamstring injury, it just starts to feel like it's going to be one of these things that's nagging all year. He's going to come back and play 10 or 15 games, and then he's going to come up short, run into first, right? Trying to run out a ground ball or whatever.
Right.
So it feels like one of those seasons where they are clearly going to be buyers at the deadline because they're in first place in the division and likely will be at that time. But do you go all in if you know that a lot of your core is out? They're not going to replay 2021 where you go replace 4 outfielders at one trade deadline and come back from 11 games under 500 and win the World Series. That was once in a lifetime. That's not going to happen again. And they're not 11 games below 500, luckily. So they're playing pretty well despite all the injuries and all the challenges.
Yeah,
but
believe in them, pal. Believe in them a little bit.
I would love nothing more than to believe in them. But you see the trends, right? And we always talk about in baseball regression to the mean, right? Cal Raleigh, right? We said it before the season. And I told you, I said, listen, he's not going to look anything like he did last year. And he hasn't. I mean, he's struggling to get to 200. He's got less than 10 home runs. He's just not having a good season. Because Cal Raleigh was never this guy until he was, right? And now he's not again. And it just, I don't know if it's injuries. He's been out a little bit this year. He's missed some time, but he just looks like he forgot how to hit. I mean, he's in there with Stephen Kwan just going like, where does the ball even come from when I stand here? Like, I don't understand. It's tough.
Yeah.
But yeah, Raleigh was never that guy. He just exploded onto the scene last year and created a lot of goodwill and obviously made a name for himself. But you kind of saw this coming. If you'd ever looked at his career numbers, it's like, okay, he doesn't really barrel up the ball all that well. Doesn't make a ton of contact. Doesn't really, those little things that Bazzana does well, Cal Raleigh didn't do well until last year. And it felt like an outlier. And I think we now know that, maybe it is, You don't want to see a guy struggle like this, but he's struggling badly.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Baseball's hard.
That's expert analysis from Chad Bryan there. Baseball's hard. With that being said, we're going to take a quick pause. When we come back here, you grab your drink, your caffeine, your dinner, whatever you need to grab. We will talk about LeBron James. He is still a free agent. Is he coming back to Cleveland? Really? Yeah. Well, I mean, unless we missed something, but I doubt we missed it, man. Come on now. But LeBron's still a free agent. We'll keep an eye on if he's coming back here. Talk about where we think he may go, if not Cleveland, and talk about what the Cavs can do. They are missing out on every free agent, every trade option they can possibly go after. What is Kobe Altman thinking? What are the Cavaliers thinking? We'll talk about that here on Inside Edge Primetime on the Inside Edge Network. When we come back, stay with us.
Fanatics isn't just our name, it's who we are. Loyal, passionate fans dedicated to our favorite teams and to the sports we love. That's why we're honored to be able to offer fans the world's largest collection of official sports apparel and sports jerseys from all leagues, teams, and players you love. We feature a wide selection of gear from every league, including the NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, and NCAA merchandise, which allows us to serve fans of football, baseball, hockey, basketball, lacrosse, soccer, golf, and, well, everything else that gets your heart pumping. Go to Fanatics.com by using the QR code on your screen right now to celebrate your teams. That's Fanatics.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
Small business owners are superheroes, but nowadays running your business means doing so inside your shop and on social media. That's why you should make Omega Video Marketing your sidekick.
With a decade of content creation experience, I create dynamic, informative, and fun videos for your specific social needs that will increase brand awareness, get you more followers, and keep your social pages and websites current and fresh.
I offer flexible pricing and turn times and will work with you to understand your brand and your story. All of that comes from the heart. My award-winning expertise is just the cherry on top. So let's get connected. After all, your brand is the alpha and my expertise is the omega.
Discover our collection of handcrafted candles. That's right, every product is thoughtfully created in small batches free from harmful toxins for mindful everyday indulgence. Our candles are hand-poured in coconut soy wax with natural wood wicks, offering a long-lasting burn and rich fragrances. Create a cozy, safe ambiance for your home with candles from Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers use the promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network. Mosser Moments Photography is a husband and wife wedding photography team based in Cleveland, owned and operated by InsideEdge Network's very own Ryan Mosser and his wife Hallie. For the past 10 years, they've captured more than 100 weddings across Northeast Ohio and beyond, always working together as a true two-person team. Their style centers on authentic, emotional storytelling, documenting the real moments between two people in love and creating images that feel natural, comfortable, and true to the couple. Rooted in Northern Ohio but inspired by their travels, Ryan and Hallie bring a warm, personal approach to every wedding day. Their work blends experience, consistency, and a genuine passion for helping couples relive their best day through timeless photography. Learn more at MosserMomentsPhotography.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. MosserMomentsPhotography.com, a proud sponsor of the InsideEdge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
And welcome back to Inside Edge Primetime here on the Inside Edge Network. Chad Bryan to my right, your right, everybody's right, and I'm Eli Moon. And we're back in the saddle, on the saddle adjacent here on your Monday edition of Inside Edge Primetime. Rocking and rolling with you for about 15 more minutes or so. Autumn Chisholm and the Daily Spiral up at the top of the hour. I will join her and defend why KC is not as bad as everybody makes him out to be. We'll get into that, and of course, so much more. And then Midnight Run, typically with our guy Anthony Alford, program director, and our bro. He is taking the week off, dealing with some things. He will be back next week. So Kyle Cornell will be guest hosting on Midnight Run at midnight here tonight and tomorrow, and then I'll have Midnight Run the rest of the week, filling in for Double A. So very excited you're with us. If it's your first time, hello. If you've been with us before, welcome back. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow at Inside Edge Net on all the socials, YouTube, X, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, all that great stuff. And smash that notification bell so you know when we're going live daily and weekly. A lot of great stuff for you. Check out InsideEdgeNetwork.com. Read about your favorite personalities like Chad and I and everybody else who does a great job across the board at the Inside Edge Network. And go to the merchandise store, get something nice, a hat, a mug, a shirt, a polo. I mentioned a hat, but grab a windbreaker as well while you're there. Grab Cleveland's digital leader, your source for sports, entertainment, mental health conversations, news, and everything in between. Yeah. And go check out the partners page. A lot of great stuff there as well. And Chad, got to let the people know. They got to go to the Inside Edge Network app on Roku. Take us wherever they want to go with Roku. The Inside Edge Network app there as well. All right, Chad Bryan. We thought we would have some fireworks potentially over the weekend besides the ones that were physically in the air. We thought maybe one LeBron James would make his decision.
Yeah.
He did not.
He did
He's
not.
Still a free agent.
Still a free
One
agent.
question I have for you, followed by a second one that I will deliver both at the same time.
Whoa, that's a lot. Okay, I think I'm ready.
Okay, cool. Let's make sure. First question is, first off, are you surprised that LeBron James is still a free agent? Second question to lead after. Okay, well, you already got first. Boom. All right, boom. We're good. Second question is.
Rapid fire. Come on, let's go. Lightning round. Let's go.
Second question is, where do you think he ends up coming or going or wherever? You know, does he come home? You know, where is LeBron James going next season to play basketball? Is he going to play in Cleveland? Is he going to be here for the trilogy? You know, all the signs are pointing there. He's been in Northeast Ohio recently. Or is he going somewhere else to play with some of his buds?
Well, okay. To answer your first question, no. No, I'm not surprised. I think, you know, when you're, I don't want to say, when you've been in the league for this long, for as long as LeBron has, I think he's earned the right to carefully select his next destination, right? He wants to know what the roster is going to look like. And I don't think he's so much, well, he said as much. So he's not worried about money. It's not a financial thing, right? It's a happiness thing for him. So I think he's got to weigh a lot, right? Are you happier at home? Where he's recently said that he's not very happy. He doesn't really even like coming home. So that's a nice feel-good story. Doesn't like. Sorry, Grizzlies. He's out. He's not going to Memphis. I
was thinking, maybe Memphis, Utah might be out as well.
Yeah. So some of these cities that he doesn't enjoy, like his own city. That was a weird statement. But whatever, I get it. I'm in my 40s, man. I get a little grumpy too. I understand. Maybe he didn't have his pudding or something before they asked him the question. But I don't know. I think it's right now. I know we've heard all the Philly stuff over the weekend. Now, the 76ers are the leaders, and you saw Giannis had a visceral reaction, right? To you saw. I don't know if you saw the video. They showed Giannis that he's like, what? He's like, oh, you didn't. Okay, so there's a chance, right? So hey, and maybe he wants to play with LeBron. Maybe that sways LeBron's decision. I don't know what the Heat are going to do. I don't know what resources they have to bring LeBron there, but right now, I feel like Philly would be a good destination for him if this were like 2018, 2019 LeBron. But I don't think he's going to go there and try to build chemistry with a bunch of people he's never really played with. I don't know that that's going to work in a city that is not going to embrace him if he goes there and hurts his hamstring and, the third game of the year.
Exactly. And the Jaylen Brown stuff as well. Jaylen Brown has some choice words about Bronny, saying he's not really an NBA player. So, there's also that.
Yep.
But he would slot in, I think, just to disagree a little bit here, I think he would slot in pretty well in Philadelphia just because Jaylen Brown's there. You have Tyrese Maxey who can really control the offense point guard-wise. VJ Edgecombe's a very good young player going into his second year. And if it wasn't for Cooper Flagg, I sound like the Scooby-Doo gang. If it was, or, the one that catch the villain. It wasn't for you meddling kids. That's how VJ Edgecombe feels about Cooper Flagg.
Right.
But, he's a great two-guard for the Philadelphia
Pull the mask off
76ers.
of Christian Laettner. Wait a minute, what?
Yeah. And then, if Embiid can stay healthy, it's an interesting slot, You cliche chiming in here, saying the King's coming home. And that's all a lot of Clevelanders are feeling, Chad B. They're feeling like, based off, when there's smoke, there's fire. He's been in Northeast Ohio. He's rocking. Brandon Weems, one of his better friends, is, the assistant general manager for the Cleveland Cavaliers. So there's a lot of stuff there. To that point, Mike Gansey, who LeBron respects, is in Philadelphia. So that's why I feel like it's kind of down to those two teams, in my opinion. There's some sleepers, of course, Minnesota, just for I can win a championship in 4 different cities. And 2 of them had never won one before, with Cleveland and then Minnesota if you were to do that. Denver with Jokic, Golden State with his buddies. There's a lot of stuff out there. Miami, you mentioned Miami, with Giannis. Yeah. I just think it comes down to really, if LeBron wants to come home, that's going to be the biggest factor. And if not, I think he's going to Philadelphia. They have the most talent, I feel like, to win at least the Eastern Conference and give him a chance to get back to another finals.
Yeah, I see the roster fit on paper. I just don't know how it plays out on the court for 82 games, That's why I kind of balk at Philadelphia having or being, I think it's between. I still think it's between Cleveland and Golden State. I really do. I really still feel like we're there. And again, it's not about money. So, you look at Miami, it's like, oh, what resources do they have? But they can still make it work. I don't know. I just feel like right now it's Cleveland and Golden State. But I do feel like he's going to come home. That's my answer. I feel like he's coming home.
Yeah, you would think, or hope. But based off everything, it seems more likely than it did, a week ago when he first announced, he was going to be a free agent. Yes, exactly, Chevy. Another, free agent Kyle get into at midnight is DeMar DeRozan. He's out there now, and it feels like the Cavaliers have seemingly missed out on every trade option, missed out on absolutely every free agent. They can go get Rui Hachimura as a Los Angeles Clipper. He stays in Los Angeles. I'm confused. If
maybe they miss something we don't. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. We'll kind of keep, take a look at a cliche one more time. It says no AD to Golden State means no Bron. And that's a good point. The Wizards have been adamant about not wanting to trade him. But the teams have said that before, and guys have forced their way out. More importantly,
Browns promised us that Myles Garrett wasn't getting traded. And
yes,
he's a Ram now. And I thought the saying was, "Where there's smoke, there's J.R. Smith." Is that not how that goes?
Well. That or Snoop Dogg. Yeah. But then, we're keeping an eye on all of it. When it comes to, Anthony Davis, he's going to be a big piece of where LeBron ends up. I feel like, if he ends up in Cleveland, then it's almost a guarantee. If he ends up in Golden State, then maybe get a little nervous as a Clevelander. So we'll keep an eye on all that. Earlier we missed this, Chebby. I know we got a few minutes left here. We're going to tie up a few loose ends. When we're talking World Cup, our guy Ben Bales, who we'll have on here shortly, in the next few days, here this week to break down the end of Team USA's run, and then we'll have Ben on twice next week. We'll be breaking down basically the World Cup, the Final Four, and then the championship game. So, but Ben says, don't even get me started. Ben, we might have to get you started later.
Sorry, buddy. Yeah, we're going to get you started.
Yes. So we'll keep an eye on all of it. But yes, Chad, after all, here's what we can say. Even if we don't get LeBron and we miss out on every free agent, every trade.
Regardless.
It's always go Cavs.
Go Cavs.
Always go Cavs. I don't know, man. It's been a weird offseason, right? You wonder if what happens. Let's play Doomsday.
Oh.
They miss out on LeBron, and they've missed out on every free agent. DeMar DeRozan goes and signs somewhere else, and now you're missing Dean Wade and Keon Ellis. You've let those guys walk. What's your next move if you were the general manager of the Cleveland Cavaliers?
Go to the G League. I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, it feels like they know something that we don't, because standing pat has really never been the well in my mind. But then as I bounce this around, I'm also surprised that they kept Kenny Atkinson after the 22-point lead blown in game 1 against the Knicks, and analytically we're up 8-0 in the series, whatever. We won it twice. Okay, whatever. That was dumb. That was so stupid.
We're on
whatever.
analytical game 14 right now.
Yeah, we're still. The series is still going on. It's tied 7-all. Tomorrow night is it's the best 2 words in all of sports.
Game 15.
Yeah, I can't wait. I don't know, man. I'm just surprised that it has been a weird offseason, but I also feel like in another way, in some ways, it's always a weird offseason in the NBA. I don't understand NBA trades other than making the money, match and work, fit, and whatever. I don't understand NBA trades because teams will trade the same guy, right? They'll just swap, 3-and-D wings. And it's okay, well, one guy's 6'8", 235, and the other guy's 6'8", 235. And they both shot about 38% from the three.
Come on, pal. I'll teach you a little bit of the ways.
You're going to have to. Somebody's going to have to. Somebody's going to have to make this make sense. And by the way, talk to me like I'm 5 when you do it, because I can't make any sense of it. Bless you.
I tried to mute myself. I didn't have enough time.
Yeah, you didn't get there. Sorry, no dumb button for you. I just it doesn't make sense to me. I'm flabbergasted. My flabbers are gasted. All right.
No.
And I'm getting older. I got a lot of flabbers, man. Unfortunately, I got to work out harder. Yeah, the flabbers are gasted.
Here's the thing. The second apron makes it a little trickier with these trades. So a lot of times that's what it is. Now, some of them have just been baffling. I will give you that. The LaMelo Ball trade.
I wouldn't wear 2. I don't even like to wear
cook?
1. I do cook. I do sometimes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right, just making sure. Because why would you need 2 aprons if you're...
Well, yeah. Well, I'm a messy eater. It's hard to get the food.
You wear an apron when you eat food?
Why not? I wear a tarp when I eat food if I'm eating the right kind of food. Give me some barbecue or something. Yeah, I'm just cutting a hole in the tarp and putting it over my head. Let's go. First date stuff, man. That's great first date food, man. You go out and get barbecue and spaghetti, and there you go. That's a tip for you, by the way.
Yeah.
Anybody listening?
Yeah. I don't know, pal. I don't know.
The messiest.
Dating game's a little different out here.
You can't ever look worse than that. So if it's the worst moment on the first date, then you're golden, man.
Yeah.
It's not you're not trying to go camping. Hi, Autumn.
Yeah, I think Autumn's giving that a no. That's a no. All right, Chad. We got a few minutes left here, pal. We have had Friday off.
Yeah.
The weekend. You know what? I think it's time. We haven't done it in a second. Let's dive into some final thoughts here on this Monday.
Okay.
Just anything you want to get off your chest from the weekend. Maybe you want to take another, shot at the local authorities.
Yeah. Listen. Damn it. Listen. If you're going to have a rainout date for the fireworks, I'm trying to not swear. Use it. Why would you put people, hey, come on out. There literally are imminent storms, right? They're coming. It's 100% chance of storms from, 8 until October. But we're going to do the fireworks tonight anyway. You know what? We're going to move them up by 45 minutes or so. That should keep you safe because the fireworks will literally start as the line of storms arrives in your area. So come on out. Bring your kids, bring your children. Let them run around in the bounce houses that were out there. Put them in harm's way because it's going to be fun. We're going to blow off 39 minutes of fireworks. It gets longer every time. In 5 minutes, that part gets shorter every time. It was ridiculous. So if you're going to have a rain out date for fireworks, use it. That's it. That's all I got.
All right. Well, hey, I can't really top that. I would just say, make sure you love somebody. Give Chad B a hug. You see his socials throughout the show. Give him a virtual hug. Tell him that he matters because he has had a weekend. I thought he was going to smoke a cigarette. I've never seen this dude smoke a cigarette, but I thought he was going to smoke a cigarette. He has not done it. I'm proud of him for that.
I mean, you
yeah.
take a 10 and a 6-year-old. My 10-year-old was fine. She was fine. But you take a 6-year-old to fireworks, right? And then they don't get to see the fireworks. You got to jump in the car and run out. And listen, they were cool. Like, they get it. It was like, hey, the weather's bad. Let's roll. And they packed into the car. Bro, when it was time to move, they moved. Like, I'll give them that. Like, they were awesome. But they were disappointed, man. Like, they were so bummed. And then, like I said, the 40 or 50 people that stayed out there, they were like, hey, we don't mind 75-mile-an-hour straight line winds. This is fine, right? Frequent lightning, like, no problem. No, it just adds to the ambiance. This is great. It's like we're ducking the lightning. We're ducking the fireworks. You never know what's going to happen. Anyway, yeah, it was fine. It went fine. It was great.
That's all we got, folks. Honor the damn rain date. They moved the rain
The
date.
comments. That was pathetic.
Make it the next day. Come on. Let people enjoy the fireworks. Stop wasting our damn tax dollars.
Stupid.
All right. That's all we got for the final thoughts. We're going to switch it over to the red. Is it just us? Oh, it is. Wow, we look so good tonight, Chad. I ain't going to lie. The red and then like the blue in my eyes, like, I ain't going to lie.
Not bad.
I'm feeling pretty good. Feeling like KC and TT. Feeling like, finale bound.
Oh,
Feeling like I'm finale bound.
Oh, no. No.
And I'm going to be honest. I've watched a decent amount. Not as much, obviously, as Autumn. She's our avid Love Island expert.
Yes.
But I hate when
we're going to end up losing her to Love Island. She's going to be a producer on Love Island.
I know. I hate when I'm right, though, Chad. I'll just say that. I hate when I'm right. I hate when
I think she wants to come on the screen, Eli. I think she wants to come on the screen.
You know what? But we're going to save her thoughts because she's going to roast me for the next hour. Chad, I'm going to give myself a few minutes to recuperate, get a drink, get ready.
Where there's smoke, there's burning Eli. Just roast.
Yeah, I'm in trouble. Yeah, if you hear the smoke sizzling, that is me being cooked on the Daily Spiral, which is coming up at the top of the hour. Autumn Chisholm and myself, Chad B. Another fantastic job. That's the end of Inside Edge Primetime here on the Inside Edge Network. We're back tomorrow. As long as I stay in one piece. Daily Spiral coming up right after this.
Key On Sports is the leader in Ohio high school athletic coverage in written, print, and video streaming. From the latest news and results and written content to the high school football game of the week every Friday, Key On Sports has you covered. The vision of 15-time published author Vince McKee has become the most trusted site in Ohio high school athletic news. From podcasts to player profiles, Key On Sports is your one-stop for all of it. Visit them today at keyonsports.com or on YouTube at Key On Sports. Check out their socials on Twitter and Facebook as well.
Clean energy, bold flavors, and no jitters. See why people won't shut up about Dubby. Clean energy, no jitters or crash. Whether you're starting your workday or getting ready to exercise, Dubby Energy helps you lock in and focus. With over 15 flavors to choose from, you can't miss. Order Dubby Energy right now by using the QR code on your screen and use the promo code InsideEdge10 to receive 10% off your order. Dubby Energy, your energy-focused sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Discover our collection of body mists made with clean, minimal ingredients. Handcrafted with natural essential oils and clean ingredients, they offer a natural alternative to synthetic fragrances. Perfect for sensitive skin and those seeking clean, mindful self-care, and the perfect gift for you or your special someone. Courtesy of Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers, use that promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Whether searching for a baseball autographed by your favorite World Series slugger, a signed football by an iconic Hall of Famer, or the jersey of a world-famous soccer star, you've come to the right place. Here at SportsMemorabilia.com, the web's leading source of authentic sports memorabilia, you'll find more than 500,000 authentic products from nearly every professional sports league, team, and players. Not only will you find your next prized sports possession with ease thanks to superb customer service and tremendous site experience, you'll have the satisfaction and peace of mind that every product listed comes complete with a certificate of authenticity and is fully backed by the SportsMemorabilia.com lifetime authenticity guarantee. Go to SportsMemorabilia.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. SportsMemorabilia.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Find us on InsideEdgeNetwork.com for the latest information on your favorite shows, personalities, and network partners. Plus, guess what? We have a merch shop. That's right, we have network polos, t-shirts, champion jackets, hats, and bottles. Rep the network. Every purchase supports independent sports and entertainment media. Use the QR code on your screen right now to check out InsideEdgeNetwork.com. That's InsideEdgeNetwork.com.
Oh, Eli. It's been a
Hello.
weekend.
It
It's
has.
been a weekend. We had a tacky wedding in Madison Square Garden. Europeans that don't want to use AC, and because they don't want to use AC, they're dying. Love Island discourse has hit straight people. There's so much happening. But welcome to the Daily Spiral, everyone, where we spiral out every single day. Hell, even my favorite reading site went down. I'm sick of you guys
Oh no.
getting stuff taken down. Okay? Let
Oh, no.
me do what I need to do and get my EPUBs in peace. Okay? Not all of us can afford to buy $20 books, okay?
Yeah, it's been a weekend, Autumn. I can understand. You know what? We'll get into Love Island in a minute. I hate that I'm getting closer to being right.
You're
been
not
tough.
going to be right.
It's
You're
been
not going to
tough.
be right. I will
It-
personally make sure that you're not right. I'm going to just let you know that right now.
It's been tough. I understand, and as we get closer to the finale, I know this KC stuff and TT, the power duo. I know it's been getting to you, but I mean, hopefully you had a good weekend. Hopefully you got to see some fireworks. You know, some other good stuff. I mean, I tried to relax as much as I could. I was on LeBron watch. You know, LeBron didn't sign. He hasn't done it yet.
Oh, God,
you know,
I'm
so
sick
that
of him
was
too.
yeah, that was the weekend. That was the weekend pretty much. So, but yeah, Love Island. You know, like I said, I have not been as caught up as I'd like to be. I did get to watch a lot of tonight's, the latest episode, but I just even
We're not
without
gonna
being
do
as
this KC and TT shit.
even
I'm
as
just
I'm trying to find the
right.
right words to say it. As much as I'm not an avid expert of Love Island, I just hate when I'm right. And I
No, we're
knew
not
when
doing this.
Casey came
We're
back
not doing
to the villa with TT, it was over. It was blouses because you know why, Autumn?
No.
America loves two things: toxicity and they love real. And those are what Casey and TT are. They are real and they are toxic. And
No.
that's what's gonna win this show. I mean,
No.
it's just what I hate to
No.
be right. I hate it. I hate it.
Look, I'm gonna tell you right now. I will vote on every single device that I have to make sure that I will vote on my watch, I will vote on my computer, I will vote on my phone, I will vote on my iPad, I will go get my mom's phone before I let that shit happen. But let's there's like I said, Eli, so much happened. Well, number one,
Yes.
this weekend I mainly slept, cleaned my depression room,
Yep.
and then got ate in Duolingo. That's literally all I did this weekend.
Okay, that's cool though. I mean, hey,
Yeah,
yeah.
because I
feel it.
decided to learn Korean.
That's cool though. That's cool. Like I was just talking, not Korean, but I was talking like, you know, I want to brush up on Spanish. And I was just talking to one of my bros over the weekend. He's like, I could teach you. It's just gonna take a minute. And I was like, I'm patient. I can learn. And you know, we started working on it. I know how to say hello and ask how they are, and then that's it. That's about as far as I got.
Eli, that's just the most simple phrases in Spanish.
Autumn, you got to start somewhere.
Oh
You
God.
got to start somewhere, and I'm willing to learn. I know how to, you know, get to at least the basic conversation, and yeah, let's just get into it. That was my
Yeah,
weekend.
let's get into America's tackiest wedding. America's tackiest wedding occurred this Friday in New York City. A woman from Pennsylvania and a man from Cleveland, Ohio, got married in New York at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
Not only did they get married in Madison Square Garden, it was apparently a fake castle in Madison Square Garden. Over 1,000 people. It was officiated by Adam Sandler. Crazy. monogrammed handkerchiefs with her lyrics were on them. All the pictures, because there was a display, were paparazzi photos that have been taken of them. And then she literally, I'm not joking, was letting her supporters eat cake outside of her wedding.
Yeah.
Eli, is this the tackiest wedding you've ever heard of? Because to me, it's the tackiest wedding I've ever heard of.
Yeah, I mean, first off, it's sad for New York because this is like the fourth time in a month they've had their entire blocks near Madison Square Garden blocked off. They had it twice, I believe, if not 3 times for the Knicks games, and now they have it for this wedding. I believe there was one other time, I cannot think of what it was, but they had one other time where they had blocked it off as well. So I mean, this is just kind of crazy in itself, and just to see who was there at the wedding, Mike Vrabel and his wife. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't even make
I don't know if you saw the video of them getting into the car. He opened the door for, and you're like, oh, he's going to be such a gentleman. He's going to open up the door for his wife. And then he just jumped in, got in the car, and she had to pull up her dress. It was bad. So he was there. There's other people that are mad they weren't there. Will Compton, who said him and Travis Kelce are buds. And yeah, I guess you can't all make it when it's 1,000 people. But just, I don't know. It's like we were talking about it yesterday on Main Event, and this isn't a shot. And again, this is back-to-back days. I'm saying something about the Swifties, so I'm probably going to get at one point yelled at. But
I don't care. Say something.
But I just feel like it's like she's cool. Like I like Taylor Swift. I like old school Taylor Swift. Like her country stuff was really, really good. But then it just became super, super commercialized, where it's like I don't know. I don't know where she gets this Michael Jackson aura. Like this larger than life. I think she's very talented, but I don't think she should be getting her own wedding at Madison Square Garden. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm.
You're not tripping. You're not tripping. This girl has no aura. Okay, I'm gonna tell you.
Oh, no.
I was too a Taylor Swift fan in high school, and you want to know what happened? You want to know why? What happened? I became an adult, and my frontal lobe developed, and I was like, "Oh wait, she kind of sucks." I'm like. No, not music-wise. Well, music-wise a little bit. I'm not really into her stuff. Like, once she kind of became pop-up, like, it just sounds generic. No, she kind of, like, actually sucks. Like, I'm not just saying that. Like, she, of course, her whole wedding, not to mention, by the way, she shut down part of Penn Station, which I was there a couple weeks ago. Madison Square Garden is literally in the middle of a train station.
Right.
It makes no sense the way it is. It is in the middle of a train station. I think it's at least 4 major trains that come through there. So you're shutting down people's way to get to work, right?
Yep.
Then you're using a hell of a lot of electricity, and the mayor is telling people, turn your ACs off because it's too hot and it's overpowering the grids.
Yeah.
And she's using it for her wedding.
Yeah, but Travis Kelce's from Ohio. We should be a little happy,
My thing is, okay. This is the thing. I don't even have a problem with it being in an arena. Okay,
right.
It's the excuses. It's we wanted it to be private. You could have come to Cleveland. Nobody in Cleveland would have said anything. Hell, you would have had the most private, big ass wedding you would have wanted to.
True.
How many private weddings have been? Like, people get married here all the time. So privacy, no, that was bullshit. I'm sorry, excuse my French. This topic makes me heated. It was the showmanship of it. It was the people that was there. She had some of the worst people you could have there at this wedding, and then it was just thing after thing after thing. She shut down multiple things, and then the Empire State Building. Did you see what the Empire State Building did?
Was it did they have the logo of the TNT or the Just Married thing? Was that
my God.
They had it everywhere.
Just TNT Married was one of the worst things I've ever seen. Yeah. It looks so stupid. I was like, it don't even make sense.
Yeah, I mean, I brought it up yesterday to Rob. I can't remember who tweeted it out. Random Twitter account tweeted out that, maybe they got married on July 4th because if they ever get divorced, Taylor Swift can drop her next album, Independence Day.
Call it Independence Day. Yeah, I saw that.
I mean, marketing genius.
She's not a marketing genius. She's kind of just not the best. Well, we found out through, again, I heard about this wedding through Twitter. Everything I know is against my will, you guys. Apparently, an AMC executive, AMC, big movie studio, big movie company, big movie chain was at the wedding. Like, so you're filming your wedding for a documentary? And that's why you're having it in Madison Square Garden. It made no sense. It made no sense. It was so tacky.
Yeah, it was bad. I mean, I'm happy for Travis Kelce if this is what he wants, and you know what, good for him. But I don't get the craze over Taylor Swift. I don't get like why we have to shut down almost the central part of New York City for this. And like you said, the people that were there, good for Adam Sandler. At least he's rocking and rolling. And but
Adam Sandler's Jewish. That's the other thing. He's Jewish. Neither of them are Jewish. What are we doing?
It was a big celebrity affair, and that's really what the world's becoming to, anymore. It's celebrities and all that jazz. Not to go on some rant or anything, but that's just what it is.
It was literally the personification of let them eat cake. Like, if you know the phrase "let them eat cake," it's the whole thing with Marie Antoinette. That she never even said "let them eat cake" though, but everything has been like misconstrued to where it is literally personification of I'm in my castle eating cake and everybody else is poor and eating scraps, and that's literally what happened. Everybody in New York is hot and suffering, and it was hot this weekend, and she's over here having a wedding in Madison Square Garden, shutting down. Also, again, like Madison Square Garden. I know it's the Mecca. It's not even the best one out there.
I mean,
again, neither of them have any connection to New York. He's not a Knicks fan. She's not a Knicks fan. It made no sense.
Well, she's an adopted Knicks fan. She was there during the playoff run, and she wore a Knicks jersey here or there. So I don't know. You're not going to get much of a response out of me. I don't care for it. I don't care for the craze over Taylor Swift. I don't care for them shutting down New York City. And yeah, I mean, happy for Travis, but besides that, moving on. Weddings are overrated for the most part, anyways. Let me just say that. Hot take: weddings are super overrated. You go there, there's always some sort of drama. Somebody wants to fight somebody. Somebody's mad that they don't have the certain drink at the bar. Somebody's mad that it's not an open bar, that, why don't you do it like your cousin's wedding? Like, everybody's mad. Your aunt goes and dances and she can't get up because she's, a little bit older and she busted a hip. It's just like weddings are overrated. And a lot of times right now, and here we go. This is the bow on my rant my mini rant. A lot of times divorce is at an all-time high, I'd say, or at least near the all-time high. So you're going to these weddings, you're giving them gifts for a 3-4 month excursion. So yeah, I mean, marriages are overrated anyways.
Look, I am not a cynic when it comes to weddings. I actually do enjoy weddings. I think weddings, if done correctly, are beautiful. I think they are amazing. I've been to a decent amount as an adult. None of my friends have gotten married because the dating world. Look, we can actually get into that. Instead of talking about how Europeans don't want to get into AC, we can talk about the article I sent everybody.
Yeah.
We can get into that. But no, honestly, I like weddings. I just think that you could have some decorum. I think you could have some class. I think you could have some coof about it. I've been to a classy wedding. Like, I've been to a decent amount of weddings over the last couple of years. My brother got married. His best friend got married. One of their other best friends is going to get married soon. We'll probably go to that wedding. So you can do it in a proper way. I just think their wedding was just trash. It was just terrible to me. And it was just unnecessary. And you just kind of disrupted. And it's 4th of July weekend. Everybody knows 4th of July weekend is just one of those weekends. It's like, why would you want to have a wedding?
Yeah, on Joey Chestnut's holiday. Like, that's
absolutely. As he only housed 66 dogs because it was too hot. Yeah. Come on.
Or we talked about it yesterday. Rob and I were talking about it. Is he not in his peak or his prime anymore?
No, it was too over? Hot. This is Joey Chestnut we're talking about. This man is an elite level stomach. I've never seen anything like it. One hot dog would have me throwing up, let alone 60.
You seen the lemonade chugs where they do the lemonade chugs as well? Like the gallon of lemonade?
It physically hurts my body when they dip it in the lemonade or the water and then they just shove it in their mouths. And I just throw up in my mouth every single time.
All the bread all over their face.
Oh, it's so gross. It's so gross.
Yeah.
When we come back from the break, we're gonna still share more stories. If you guys watched last week, Eli and I shared some dating horror stories. Eli learned a lot about my dating life last week.
Yeah. Mine are like Sweet and Innocent, and Autumn's are like, oh shit, like tonight on 60 Minutes on CBS. Like that is like the difference in stories. But yes.
So I'll share the backstory of how I got covered on the news because my dating life was so terrible. You guys are watching the Daily Spiral here on Inside Edge Network.
Key On Sports is the leader in Ohio high school athletic coverage in written, print, and video streaming. From the latest news and results and written content to the high school football game of the week every Friday, Key On Sports has you covered. The vision of 15-time published author Vince McKee has become the most trusted site in Ohio high school athletic news. From podcasts to player profiles, Key On Sports is your one stop for all of it. Visit them today at keyonsports.com or on YouTube at Key On Sports. Check out their socials on Twitter and Facebook as well.
Clean energy, bold flavors, and no jitters. See why people won't shut up about Dubby. Clean energy, no jitters or crash. Whether you're starting your workday or getting ready to exercise, Dubby Energy helps you lock in and focus. With over 15 flavors to choose from, you can't miss. Order Dubby Energy right now by using the QR code on your screen and use the promo code InsideEdge10 to receive 10% off your order. Dubby Energy, your energy-focused sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Discover our collection of body mists made with clean, minimal ingredients. Handcrafted with natural essential oils and clean ingredients, they offer a natural alternative to synthetic fragrances. Perfect for sensitive skin and those seeking clean, mindful self-care, and the perfect gift for you or your special someone. Courtesy of Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers, use that promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Whether searching for a baseball autographed by your favorite World Series slugger, a signed football by an iconic Hall of Famer, or the jersey of a world-famous soccer star, you've come to the right place. Here at sportsmemorabilia.com, the web's leading source of authentic sports memorabilia, you'll find more than 500,000 authentic products from nearly every professional sports league, team, and players. Not only will you find your next prized sports possession with ease thanks to superb customer service and tremendous site experience, you'll have the satisfaction and peace of mind that every product listed comes complete with a certificate of authenticity and is fully backed by the sportsmemorabilia.com lifetime authenticity guarantee. Go to sportsmemorabilia.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. Sportsmemorabilia.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Find us on InsideEdgeNetwork.com for the latest information on your favorite shows, personalities, and network partners. Plus, guess what? We have a merch shop. That's right, we have network polos, t-shirts, champion jackets, hats, and bottles. Rep the network. Every purchase supports independent sports and entertainment media. Use the QR code on your screen right now to check out InsideEdgeNetwork.com. That's InsideEdgeNetwork.com.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Daily Spiral. Okay, I don't even know how to approach this.
We were at the Band-Aid office.
I'm just okay. So last week, Eli and I were talking about our terrible dating lives because the week before we talked about how we had terrible dating lives, right? Eli tells the story.
Changed.
Yeah, nothing's changed. It's still terrible. It's literally still terrible to this day. Literally, I've been ghosted like twice this year already. at 31, I didn't expect to still be being ghosted. Honestly, that's just how the dating world is.
Yeah.
But I told I told him a few stories. I told a few stories.
Yeah.
One of them super traumatizing. Another one I told that off air, and I had to use some names that I can't say on air.
Yep.
Were you surprised about that one?
Yeah.
Never gonna make you look at him the same, right? Never gonna look at him the same. Absolutely not. No one does when they find out. But I sent everybody an article with a video attached.
Yeah.
In which I am featured talking about how terrible it is to date during the pandemic and post-pandemic.
Yeah, I mean, can I ask?
Yes, you can ask. Ask away.
About the gas money. Now, was that the first time, the second, third time? He asked you for gas money.
Okay, so
just break this down.
Let me break this
that's
down.
The leading
Let me break
quote
this
in
down.
the story. That's like you open the story, you get to the second sentence, and that's the leading quote.
Yes. Okay. So this individual and I don't talk to him. Literally, he's blocked on everything. He's literally been blocked for a while.
Okay.
Right? He's literally been blocked for the last, 2026? He's been blocked since 2018. Since right after this story happened. Okay. So I was seeing this person that I met through Bumble, but I didn't actually meet them through Bumble.
Okay.
We matched on Bumble, but then he slid into my Instagram DMs and I saw it like a month later. So we're talking and talking and talking. We hang out a couple times. Okay. And ironically enough, this last time that we hung out, I was going to the Ohio Media School to show you how long ago this was, right? Okay. And I actually that night had I was supposed to do the Lake County Captains. I was supposed to do it, but I ended up not doing it, right? So he comes over my house, he hangs out. Before he comes over, okay, so I also have to mention this. I have to mention this part. This is the most important part of the story, Eli. Remember this part.
Okay.
Remember this. Listen to this. Everybody listen to this part.
Yeah. All ears. Come on.
This person was in a throuple.
Come on.
This person was in a throuple. It is not only was he dating two girls. Those two girls were dating each other as well.
It's just like somebody's gonna get mad.
I don't know if they're still together. I used to keep tabs on the girls because I didn't know if they were. I don't know. I just again, he was dating them too. They were dating each other, and they had an open relationship, from what I was told.
It was already pretty open with 3 people. I mean, that's already pushing the bounds of normalcy. Not that there's anything. I mean, I'm not saying if that's how you get down. If 3's your crowd, then I guess.
Hey, we are not shaming people for being into polyamory, okay? Even though he made me never like polyamorous people. I'm sorry. He literally, this person ruined any. If you tell me you're poly, red flag instantly. This is what this person did. So again, go into this. He has 2 girlfriends, right? I only find this information out very briefly before. Okay. Now, mind you, I've also hung out with him twice before. The first time I hung out with him, he complained the entire time.
About what?
So we went to the zoo with my friends. It was one of my friends' birthday. She had never been to the zoo. She's not from here. She's from Toledo.
Okay.
We went to the zoo. He complained the whole time. He was like, my foot's broken. All these different things. He just bitched.
My foot's broken.
He just bitched the whole time. Okay, we were there. He also weird. He was very weird. He was a very weird person. Then we hung out after. He tried to stay at my house, and it was just not cool. And he got mad at me and said that I was not honest and upfront about my living situation. Now, mind you, he lived with his grandmother.
Yeah, come on, man.
Right.
And not oh no. Okay, so it gets worse.
Second time we hung out, he made me cry. He made me cry. I won't explain why he made me cry. Just know he made me cry. It was really traumatizing. I couldn't watch the show New Girl for a very long time. Just I'm gonna just say that.
No,
Okay?
not New Girl. Come on.
Ruined New Girl for me for a very long time. I couldn't watch that show.
Okay.
Because every time I would think about this experience, right?
Okay.
This third time that we hung out, he tells me, "Oh yeah, I have to go to this graduation for one of my girlfriends." I'm like, "Whatever, dude. You can come over and hang out. Well, if you want to." Like I was in a state of like, whatever. I was just kind of whatever, right?
Right.
He comes over my house. Before this, he tells me he has 2 jobs. He was working at a gym and he was driving for Lyft.
Okay.
So I'm thinking in my head, so you're making a decent amount of money and he had a shitty car. So it's not even like, right? So we hang out. He gets mad at me because I was on my phone. I was actually talking to Double A on my phone as this is happening. So this makes it even funnier. Because he was trying to I think I had missed captains that night and I told him earlier in the day and I texted him hey, I'm not coming. But the guy kept getting mad at me. So he was like, you know what, fine. I want to hang out with you in the morning. I was like, great, cool. He was like,
wow.
So what about that gas money though? Now, mind you, he had told me in a text message he wanted gas money to come over my house to hang out. And I'm thinking it's a joke. Because again, you've told me you have 2 jobs. He was dead serious, Eli.
That's a no-go.
He was like, so what about that gas money though? I'm like, oh, you were serious about that? I was literally going to send him money through Cash App or Apple Pay. He got mad at me when I suggested Apple Pay. He said, I don't have Apple Pay. I said, well, I can show you how to set it up on your phone. He was like, no, I don't want to do that. I'm like, okay. So I was also working at a pizza restaurant. I took my $12 tips and I gave it to him to get him out of my home.
Wow.
Right? And he looked at me and he said, $12? That's all you have for me? $12?
What?
And he stormed out of my house.
Where did he live? Sandusky or something?
He lived in Lakewood. His grandmother lived in Lakewood.
Come on. Gas wasn't even $5 back then, so that's
This is 2018, y'all. This is 2018. 2018. Gas was $2.
Yeah, I mean, you basically give him 6 gallons of gas. Come on.
And he had a shitty Honda Civic. I can't say what version because if he ever listens to this, he would know it's about him, even though I don't care. He is a terrible person because I'm going to tell you what else he did. Because the gas money part, okay, so they also cut that off. I told a whole story, okay? I was telling this story. They cut the second part off. Which is
all right, we're good.
What is the explanation of what happened after? Because what happened after was even crazier. So he storms out of my house and he said, see, this is why I'll hang out with you. Every single time is something. Now, mind you, he complained the first time at the zoo and then got mad that he couldn't stay at my house. The second time he made me cry. This time he asked me for gas money and it was my fault.
Oh no.
It gets better.
I hope, because it hasn't been good.
No, as in it gets better, as in the story gets funnier. Okay.
Okay. Oh no.
It doesn't get better for me at this point, but the story gets funnier. So,
all right.
Monday rolls around. I don't hear from him. I'm like, oh my God, thank you so much. I never have to hear from this man again. The moment he walked out of my house, Eli was like, oh my God, great. I don't ever have to see you again. You're terrible. Right. You're awful. He texts me Tuesday. Now, I know that this is a Tuesday, and it's also, you're going to laugh, it's July 1st.
You better not be saying, please do not tell me what you're about to tell me.
So.
Okay.
So I'm in class at Ohio Media School. We've started our second lesson because we've already gone through our first one, our first block. We're in our second block.
Okay.
So he's texting me the whole entire time. And I'm like, why are you texting me? I look down and it's like, so I just want to let you know I'm still mad at you for not giving me the appropriate amount of gas money. And
Come on, dude.
What is going on?
Chill out.
Okay. Eli, when I tell you, I ignored the message so fast. I ignored it so fast. I ignored it.
Okay, well, that's got to be it then, right?
No, this is not. Right. So the whole day he's trying to text me. He keeps texting me. He's texting me. At this point, I just am like, what do you want? He goes, I just think it's like we're just not meshing on things. He was like, because you owe me $60. I said, $60? I said, what are you talking about? $60. He said, well, I've come to see you 3 times. I said, I didn't beg you to come to see me. You made the decision to come to see me. I said, I don't owe you anything. In fact, I'm like, I don't know where this mindset comes from that I owe you anything.
$60 is
He said
crazy.
I owed him $60 because he drove to go to the zoo and drove to my house. Then the second time he drove from Ohio City to my house. And then the third time he drove from Lakewood to my house. Y'all, I literally, from all 3 of these places, live 15 minutes away. Not even
$20 per
not
trip.
even half a tank of gas.
That's crazy work.
And a shitty Honda Civic.
Oh no.
So I called him on that. It gets worse. Okay, so then the next day, because this goes into
Come on.
Wednesday. I promise you, it goes into the next day.
Okay.
So I'm like, whatever. So I'm ignoring him, and he's getting more mad because then he goes, this was when, again, I'm still doing captains. So I had like a small sliver of space after class in between captains, right? So I came home because I didn't live that far away from school. So he goes, I just think you should have checked up on me and you should have told me that you were busy all day. Huh? He was like, you could have called me and told me, hey, I can't talk right now. I'll talk to you later. I'm like, what is happening? In my mind, you're not my boyfriend. You have 2 girlfriends. What is going on? Then I get a phone call from him.
Come on. Okay.
And this is where this ends. I promise y'all, this is where this ends. This is where I officially go, oh, I have to block you. So he's like, I just want to let you know, you're a bullshitter. You live in your own little world where nothing ever happens. And he just keeps going on and on and all these things that he hates about me. He don't like me.
Okay.
At this point. I promise you, Eli, I just go, okay, so if I'm all these different things, I said, then why do you like me? He goes, don't answer my question with a question. You're not Jesus. I go, and I just kept repeating. I said, why do you like me? Why do you like me? He goes, I don't like you. In fact, I don't want to talk to you anymore. I said, great. So you don't have to. He said, I won't. I said, okay, you don't have to. And he just kept going and going and going. He hung up on me and I blocked him right after.
Oh, no.
No, it gets more embarrassing. Now, mind you, at this
Okay.
point, I'm 23. Right? 23 years old. Eli, guess how old this man was?
32.
You're close. He was 30.
That's...
No, I'm lying. He was 28 because he was 5 years older than me.
That's just... That guy was living a life. I mean, not necessarily, not saying a good life per se. I'm just saying a life. He was... See, this is the problem. My stories are like so like innocent. And it's like, like, hey, like I was watching Portlandia while she was, working, and she told me she didn't want to, connect on that level. And yours are like, yeah, so this guy made me cry and asked me for $60 and blew my phone up at the Ohio Media School until I answered. Like, what the what? What?
Okay, because then there was another story in there that I told, and it was the guy who wanted to go camping as a first date.
That's scary.
Oh, it was so
That's
terrifying.
scary. Did you go?
No, absolutely not. First of all, he invited me to a bonfire at his house. Now, mind you, I never met this man a day in my life. We were talking over Hinge. He asked me to go to a bonfire at his house. I'm like, no, I'm good. He lived an hour away from me. And then he was like, well, our first date can be us going camping. And I'm like, I'm a little busy that day.
Yeah.
And then he tried it again. He was like, yeah, we can go here, here, here. I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm good. And then he got mad at me too.
That's
I
right.
was, oh man, this was my era. I just used to make men so mad. I really did. He got so mad at me that he texted me and he said, I just make every excuse in the book because I was taking family members to doctor's appointments because I was the only one with a car. And he got mad at me.
Oh no.
He got mad at me. And he oh my God. I'm just thinking about it. He got so mad at me. He got so mad at me that he literally texted me. He said, I don't want to talk to you anymore. And blocked me.
That's the best. That's the best. I think one of the scariest, I know we got to go break here in a little bit. One of the scariest moments for me is when I walked out, I went to a chick's house, we were kicking it. And as soon as I walked in your, woof, woof, like, I walked up.
Our dog.
It was a dog, but it was a Great Dane. It was a Great Dane. And it was in a cage, and it did not look friendly. And I was like, yeah. And she's like, don't worry, he'll keep it, we'll keep him in the cage. I'm like, please do, because, like, I don't feel too good about this. So, yeah, we had, like, some scary moments, but none top that. I'll have to, like, go back to the drawing board and think of any top that. I just don't think they do. I just don't think they do.
I just want you to know I got profiled on the news because a guy made me cry. Okay, I'm gonna explain. Okay, I'm not gonna go into too many details of why he made me cry, but just know he made me cry during sex.
Oh no. Oh no.
And he accused me of trying to break his appendage.
Stop.
That's exactly what happened. And her new girl was playing in the background, and that's why I couldn't watch it anymore.
That new girl. Oh no.
It was so, oh my God. It was the episode where Jess and Nick break up. So I really couldn't watch it. I was like, oh my God, this is terrible.
That's tough. That's like me with Portlandia. But I didn't think Portlandia was even that funny to begin with, so I don't think I'm missing out on much anyways. But now I definitely can't watch it. She said, oh, I can't be the first. I said, what? I didn't think that was like such a bad thing at the time, but I guess
She just said no.
21
no.
and 21 and saying that, she looked at me like I was like, it said some terrible things. She's like, oh no, I can't be your first. I'm like, damn, like for real? Like I just said, you did this whole call center thing.
And then she just was like, can't do it.
She's like, you're 21 and yeah, like I'm a pure soul. Like, I'm a late bloomer, I suppose. And
Just hilarity.
yeah.
When we come back from the break, we'll talk about Love Island. 4 episodes have aired since we were last on. I'm gonna hit on some major key points. We're gonna predict what happens because this is the last week of Love Island, Eli. No more Love Island after Sunday. I think AA and I are doing a special watch along on Sunday for the finale. But when we come back, we'll talk about it. But you guys are watching The Spiral here on the Daily Spiral.
Fanatics isn't just our name, it's who we are. Loyal, passionate fans dedicated to our favorite teams and to the sports we love. That's why we're honored to be able to offer fans the world's largest collection of official sports apparel and sports jerseys from all leagues, teams, and players you love. We feature a wide selection of gear from every league, including the NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, and NCAA merchandise, which allows us to serve fans of football, baseball, hockey, basketball, lacrosse, soccer, golf, and, well, everything else that gets your heart pumping. Go to fanatics.com by using the QR code on your screen right now to celebrate your teams. That's fanatics.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
Small business owners are superheroes, but nowadays running your business means doing so inside your shop and on social media. That's why you should make Omega Video Marketing your sidekick.
With a decade of content creation experience, I create dynamic, informative, and fun videos for your specific social needs that will increase brand awareness, get you more followers, and keep your social pages and websites current and fresh.
I offer flexible pricing and turn times and will work with you to understand your brand and your story. All of that comes from the heart. My award-winning expertise is just the cherry on top. So let's get connected. After all, your brand is the alpha and my expertise is the omega.
Discover our collection of handcrafted candles. That's right, every product is thoughtfully created in small batches free from harmful toxins for mindful everyday indulgence. Our candles are hand-poured in coconut soy wax with natural wood wicks, offering a long-lasting burn and rich fragrances. Create a cozy, safe ambiance for your home with candles from Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers use the promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network. Mosser Moments Photography is a husband and wife wedding photography team based in Cleveland, owned and operated by InsideEdge Network's very own Ryan Mosser and his wife Hallie. For the past 10 years, they've captured more than 100 weddings across Northeast Ohio and beyond, always working together as a true two-person team. Their style centers on authentic, emotional storytelling, documenting the real moments between two people in love and creating images that feel natural, comfortable, and true to the couple. Rooted in Northern Ohio but inspired by their travels, Ryan and Hallie bring a warm, personal approach to every wedding day. Their work blends experience, consistency, and a genuine passion for helping couples relive their best day through timeless photography. Learn more at MosserMomentsPhotography.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. MosserMomentsPhotography.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
All right, welcome back, guys. If you thought my dating life was a shit show, welcome to the Love Island Villa, where I have experienced 4 days worth of hot mess behavior.
Yeah.
We have had 7 people dumped from the island. So let's say goodbye to Caleb,
Yeah.
Jen,
Yeah.
Gall,
Yeah.
Amora, Parmita, and Corbin. Am I missing one?
No.
Wait, Caleb,
Wait, hold on.
Jaden, Gall, Amora,
Mhm.
Jen,
How could you forget Jen?
Parmita, and Corbin. 7 people dumped. We had a recoupling that was the shortest recoupling I've ever seen in Love
Yeah.
Island history. It was like 2 sentences for everybody. I said, wow. You had Sincere. Man, what's wrong with him? He said, she's going to take me back no matter what I do. He really said that. He really said that. She puts me before everybody else. What? What is wrong with him?
Yeah, I mean, this is why I'm saying, I know we'll get to Casey in a moment. This is why I'm saying.
I actually won't get to Casey at all. He actually didn't piss me off. That's the thing. He didn't piss me off.
And that's what I'm saying, Autumn. He was under fire for a minute, and that's why I thought it was so outlandish.
I will continue to be on his neck. He is still terrible.
I thought it was outlandish, absolutely outlandish that he was the only one catching all the heat. I'm telling you, that's why Corbin went home. That's why, Zach. I mean, like this is why these guys are all under heat. Sincere. I mean, this is why they're all under heat because not Corbin. KC at least stands on business. He's stood on business the entire time he's been in the island.
Okay, I don't want to talk about KC. Let's get to Sincere. Sincere has been the most diabolical individual in that villa outside of Zach. Okay,
right.
Sincere made it so difficult for everybody that literally Corbin, so on Friday they had to pick who they thought was least compatible to most compatible, right?
Right.
The couple that everybody thought was least compatible got these little broken heart things put on a peg thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it was between Amora and Gall, who who would have thunk that the two people who were clout chasing for real got sent home. Then it was between Kenzie and Dylan, Corbin and Parmita,
Yeah.
Melanie and Sincere. Corbin and Parmita essentially was like, hey, Melanie, you deserve better. Sincere's a liar. Corbin was like, y'all don't understand. This man literally has been telling us things. We're giving him advice. And then come to find out on movie night, he did the complete opposite. like
It's just so
Sincere is
silly at
baffling.
this point. It's like so silly at this point. Like the trends. We were talking earlier tonight on Primetime on him about baseball and how baseball has trends. Love Island has trends too. And if you follow him long enough, you'll know who's going to make it long, into the finale of this game. And
like I said, Sincere has entered a Hall of Fame of light-skinned demons on this show. He might be number one, but that wasn't even the best part of that whole thing. They told Parmita and Corbin, no, Kenzie voted for them, and she was like, yeah, I think their relationship is super lustful and they really don't have anything in common, and all they talk about is how hot each other is, right? Parmita goes, well, I think she's just jealous because we're the most attractive couple here.
come on.
Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? So that was Friday. Saturday was After Sun. After Sun was just a recap of what happened. We got to see Gall get roasted by his family. Jen got her phone back, found out that she was kind of a nothing burger. They, for some reason, everybody that gets partnered up with Sincere blames Melanie for going back to Sincere. Y'all, she's being manipulated. She can't. She's in the game. She can't help it.
She can help it.
It's too late at this point. She in too deep. Right?
Yeah, they're not going to split the money if they.
No,
I mean, they're not making it, but
they're not even getting that money. They're not even close to getting that money. So then Sunday, we get the obligatory follow-up episode, which is supposed to be a chill episode because usually when somebody gets dumped, we get a chill episode. Yeah. We got the karaoke contest. Did you see any of this karaoke contest?
Bits and pieces, not enough. Not enough to.
Who did you see?
Corbin. Yeah.
Him and Parmita did Dilemma by Nelly and Kelly Rowland.
Yeah, that explains Corbin in Love Island, the dilemma.
Jesus Christ, it was bad. I'm going to just say this. No one on this cast can sing at all. None of them have any sort of musical talent. Carl and Anaya, I love them so much, but every single time I heard their voices, I had to mute it because it was that bad. I was like, no, we can't do this. Trinity and Bryce were performing No Air, and somehow he just lifted her in the air. I'm like, what? Like, that's the weirdest song to lift someone in the air to.
Yeah, it says No Air. Why are you putting them in the air?
It's Kata and Zach did a ballad. I'm like, huh? But the one who I just knew she was gonna kill it because she's been doing the splits all season. Yeah. Kenzie. Her and Dylan did Don't Go Breaking My Heart. And at one point she does a split and he does a toe touch like over her. And to me, I was like, okay, like this was perfectly tailored to them, right?
Right.
We get to the end. They find out America has been voting on who's the most compatible couple. They found out that Trinity and Bryce, Anaya and Carl, Melanie and Sincere, and Casey and TT were all voted top 4. Or so we think. She literally said in no particular order. But the people who were in jeopardy of getting eliminated were Zach and Kata, Kenzie and Dylan, Corbin and Parmita. Kenzie and Dylan only didn't get eliminated because they won the karaoke challenge. We finally have a challenge that means something in this stupid game. And you give it to Kenzie and Dylan.
They fought hard for it, Autumn.
So then...
They fought hard for it. They had a performance of a lifetime.
They really did. Honestly, I'll give it to Kenzie. Honestly, that was her audition for Dancing with the Stars. I can see her on the upcoming season. Yeah. For real. I really can. Like, I think she would do really, really well on Dancing with the Stars. And I think she actually has, like, the charisma to do it. But we had to say goodbye to the robot couple, Corbin and Parmita. And even then, it still was so awkward and cringe. Parmita talking about, we're still so hot. We're still so sexy. Girl, what are you talking about? He, at one point, he started crying. And they all were like, oh my God, the robot has feelings.
Stop.
They said the AI programmed the feelings in there. They said we broke the robot. It's got a new update.
I mean, are we surprised at this point with Corbin? I mean,
No.
I don't think anybody should be surprised with them.
Did you guys enjoy my video compilation that I sent you of him in the car?
Yeah.
He has all of these videos that have gone viral of him singing in his car. I can no longer listen to any of those songs because I just hear his voice.
Yeah, not good. Not good. Corbin, one of the worst. One of the worst contestants of this entire season.
Yes, he was bad. He was really bad. But again, if he's telling Sincere, you're terrible, I think Sincere has to listen. I think he has to listen.
Yeah, I don't think he will.
No.
He hasn't listened this entire game. Somehow he's still here.
We'll get to Sincere. Real quick. So tonight, it was actually really cool. It was a really cool episode. Nobody was eliminated, thankfully. We do have a vote coming up, and that vote will probably be on Wednesday because I think tomorrow is Family Day. So so again, like I said, there's technically 6 days left of this competition. 6 days for 4 couples to position themselves to win $100,000. Right?
Right.
So, this is what could happen. Number 1, Family Day is either tomorrow or Wednesday. That's number 1. One of them. They're also probably going to do the baby challenge where they get these fake babies that cry and they have to simulate parenthood. And it's usually funny because somebody's clearly better at it than the other person. And then like you really see that like none of these people should be parents. Then we'll have family dinner. Family dinner will be on Friday. So family dinner will be on Friday, and that will be the moment we find out who is going to be in the finale. And then Sunday, of course, will be the finale.
Copy.
I don't even want to say this. Who do you think? I'm not even going to say who do you think is going to be in the finale. Who do you think is going to last outside of the villa?
Casey and TT.
No.
I'm telling you.
He literally did the Eli on Sunday. She was like, I really like coffee. Do you like coffee? He looked at her and said, gone. She was asking him to make coffee, and he looked at her and said, gone.
He doesn't pick up on all the things. I mean, like, she's patient with them. I think they last. Last, and I can see Zach and Kata lasting.
Zach and Kata?
Yep.
A man who literally had to be convinced by Bryce of all people was like, hey man, maybe you're in the bottom and people don't like you because you're a little wishy-washy and you won't commit.
I know, but she's been with him for a grip.
And then talk to Sincere, which again, why are you talking to Sincere?
Right.
And was like, oh, should we close it off? Well, close it off. Everybody's closed off because nobody really wants to pursue anybody else. I'm like, okay, you smart about that. He was like, but I don't want to make her my girlfriend. You guys have had sex. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I get it. I just think, if she didn't like him enough already at this point, I don't know. I just think she's been with a terrible person this long. I could see them at least getting outside of the villa for a little bit. Not like 3, 4, 5 years, but an extended period of time.
Okay, I actually think that there are 2 couples that will last. One more than the other. Mm-hmm. I love Bryce and Trinity, but Bryce is kind of a little insecure, and I think I need him to get with it. I think him to not be insecure. If he gets over that insecurity thing, they'll be fine. But I think Carlin and I have a really, really good chance. He is obsessed with her. He is obsessed with her.
We'll see.
He
We'll
is
see.
obsessed with her. And again, and I want y'all to understand this. Everybody that gets coupled up says one thing. Oh my God, we're in a couple. We're in a couple. If you noticed it, go back and watch this. He's not saying that. He's saying we're a couple. Even today, they were kissing and he weirdly was like, yeah, I think I love it. And I'm like, did you mean love her? Did you mean love her?
I love it.
I think you mean love her.
Oh no.
But Eli,
Yes.
we are coming to a close.
We are.
Tomorrow, I'm
back.
going to share more of my dating horror stories because this is really fun for me. You're going to learn so much.
I can't.
Okay?
I can't.
I can't tell one of the stories. Again, Eli knows this story, but I can't tell one of the stories.
You cannot tell one of them.
I cannot tell that story, even though it is a legendary story, Eli. Everybody who knows the story, oh, it's so funny. It is so
some
funny.
legends just stay to the streets. That's all.
No, but I'll explain. I'm trying to explain. You want me to explain the time I found out I was being used as a side chick for a guy who was working in a factory, or do you want me to talk about the time I found out the guy I was seeing was getting married, or attempt to seeing was getting married, or you want to find out the time that I found out that the guy who kept pursuing me for the last 6 years was married?
Damn. You surprised me.
I'll surprise you.
I don't. None of my stories match up to that. Mine's like, hey, he was such a nice gentleman, and then I had to let him down softly by ghosting him.
No, mine's are all men psychologically torturing me. Oh, I could talk about the time I almost dated 2 friends and didn't realize it until I stalked them online. I could talk about that.
Autumn, I'm sure you got a lot. Why don't you tell us your good spiral and your bad spiral?
Oh, my good spiral. Honestly, my good spiral is being proud of Team USA, even though they didn't win today. That's still a good spiral. They still got further than what I expected them to get further. I did not expect them to get to the round of 16. Right. They almost got there, Eli. Yeah. I think this is one of the closest times they've gotten since they got to 3rd place in 1930, which is crazy.
Yeah.
So that'd be my good spiral. Oh, no, you didn't know what? No. Good spiral is Naomi Osaka and Coco Gauff winning to go to quarterfinals this weekend.
Absolutely.
At Wimbledon. One of them beating Ariana Sabalenka. I do not like that lady. I hope she loses every time. Bad spiral. Sincere from Love Island. Don't look up him or his family. Found out that his dad is exactly like him.
Understood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to not spiral tonight.
Don't spiral. Don't spiral tonight. Again, tomorrow, you guys. Eli and I will talk more about terrible dating lives, terrible dating stories. I think I'm keeping the audience entertained with this one. We'll also hit on some Love Island stuff, and maybe, just maybe, we'll know where LeBron James is going, and he can stop torturing everyone.
Yeah,
you guys, I gotta go. I gotta go to sleep. I gotta go take care of my dog. You have been watching Eli and I here on the Daily Spiral. We will see you tomorrow, people.
All right, Autumn is out of here. And ladies and gentlemen, this is where I clean up the studio. And I got to do a little sweeping. Give me a second here. All right. There's so many new buttons since I switched the studio. Look at the last time. Wow, this is nice. Look at the city of Cleveland. This is so nice. All right, we got to get going here. We have a special guest host of Midnight Run with Anthony Alford. Special guest host Kyle Cornell coming up here around the top of the hour after a few words from our partners. Stick around, everybody. Back after
Key On Sports is the leader in Ohio high school athletic coverage in written, print, and video streaming. From the latest news and results and written content to the high school football game of the week every Friday, Key On Sports has you covered. The vision of 15-time published author Vince McKee has become the most trusted site in Ohio high school athletic news. From podcasts to player profiles, Key On Sports is your one stop for all of it. Visit them today at keyonsports.com or on YouTube at Key On Sports. Check out their socials on Twitter and Facebook as well.
Clean energy, bold flavors, and no jitters. See why people won't shut up about Dubby. Clean energy, no jitters or crash. Whether you're starting your workday or getting ready to exercise, W Energy helps you lock in and focus. With over 15 flavors to choose from, you can't miss. Order W Energy right now by using the QR code on your screen and use the promo code InsideEdge10 to receive 10% off your order. W Energy, your energy-focused sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Discover our collection of body mists made with clean, minimal ingredients. Handcrafted with natural essential oils and clean ingredients, they offer a natural alternative to synthetic fragrances. Perfect for sensitive skin and those seeking clean, mindful self-care, and the perfect gift for you or your special someone. Courtesy of Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers, use that promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Whether searching for a baseball autographed by your favorite World Series slugger, a signed football by an iconic Hall of Famer, or the jersey of a world-famous soccer star, you've come to the right place. Here at sportsmemorabilia.com, the web's leading source of authentic sports memorabilia, you'll find more than 500,000 authentic products from nearly every professional sports league, team, and players. Not only will you find your next prized sports possession with ease thanks to superb customer service and tremendous site experience, you'll have the satisfaction and peace of mind that every product listed comes complete with a certificate of authenticity and is fully backed by the sportsmemorabilia.com lifetime authenticity guarantee. Go to sportsmemorabilia.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. Sportsmemorabilia.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Find us on InsideEdgeNetwork.com for the latest information on your favorite shows, personalities, and network partners. Plus, guess what? We have a merch shop. That's right, we have network polos, t-shirts, champion jackets, hats, and bottles. Rep the network. Every purchase supports independent sports and entertainment media. Use the QR code on your screen right now to check out InsideEdgeNetwork.com. That's InsideEdgeNetwork.com.
This is Midnight Run on the Inside Edge Network. Here's your host, Anthony.
Welcome in, everybody. Midnight Run. It's a special edition. Over the next 2 nights, I get to have the outstanding honor of being able to fill in for the one and only Anthony Alford, who is out dealing with some family stuff. And we wish you well, buddy. You're in our thoughts. You're in our prayers. You and everyone involved. A great opportunity to be able to talk to you guys here in the late night. No, I'm not running. I did it earlier. I played some tennis. Tell you what, I wanted to run from the screen a couple seconds ago. Every time I turn on this network now at this point, Autumn's either talking about this crazy ass dating story or Love Island, and there's no in between. Like it's unbelievable. Wow. I being in the same relationship for as long as I was, not as many crazy dating stories as Autumn or even Eli for that matter, but it's always entertaining to say the least when we see that. Oh, we got a lot to get into today, guys, here on Midnight Run, and I appreciate you stopping by. Do not forget, as always, hey, like, subscribe, punch that notification bell at Inside Edge Net across all the different social media platforms. You guys have watched some great content tonight, hopefully delivering more of the same, and you can always check out when we're going to be live here on the air by just doing that, just subscribing, liking, following us on those handles there. Check out our website, too, InsideEdgeNetwork.com, a great one-stop shop to be able to get to know all the personalities with their profiles, get to know the full show rundowns, daily, weekly shows, and check out our merchandise store. Again, a great chance to support local grassroots media, just like this, just like us here on the network. And you can download the app over on Roku. Just search Inside Edge Network on Roku. Take us wherever you are, whether you were in Seattle watching the U.S. men's team get their asses kicked, or whether you're sitting at home right now and you're just wondering why you're up and banging your head against the wall because they still lost no matter where you are. Take us with you with the Roku app. Just search Inside Edge Network again there and do that. We're going to talk about LeBron today, too, on the show. We're going to talk about the Browns. Double A still giving me show ideas even when he's not here. Is their starting roster really that bad? We'll dive into that. Some other names coming into free agency today that could maybe be of interest to Cleveland. And, it wasn't just the U.S. that lost today. Another legend in the sport lost and will not get to a World Cup final or win one in his career. Will it affect his legacy? We'll talk about all that coming up here on Midnight Run tonight, guys. And again, so appreciative of you being with us. But first, we have to talk about the U.S. A 4-1 loss to Belgium this evening in Seattle. That guy was back. He didn't really do much, though. The big story going into FIFA, going into all this today in the soccer world, the football world, if you will, was obviously Mr. Balogun there and his availability for tonight's game. Malik Tillman scored the only goal for the U.S. It was actually back and forth early. Belgium had scored in the first 10 minutes of the game. The U.S. responded in the 31st minute. 2 minutes later, Belgium answers, and then some blunders by the U.S. defenseman and the goalkeeper, leading to a goal in the 57th minute, and then one more in stoppage time, so to speak, at the end of the game, just to rub in the wounds, the salt a little bit more for this team with USA. Autumn made a point. You guys may have heard this, where she's still proud of this team. She didn't think they were even going to make it to the round of 16. They got there this year. They've been able to make it to the round of 16 in this century quite a few times, and they've run into this roadblock when they start to play real, talented, and usually European teams. That's when they start to really go downhill. I guess my question for you at home is, what'd you think was going to happen? You think Christian Pulisic all of a sudden was going to become Neymar circa 2014 and just start playing lights out? You think that Mr. Balogun there, who's fresh off the red card but not suspended, he's getting the Cristiano Ronaldo treatment, thought he was going to turn into Leo Messi and just take over and score a couple goals and all be forgiven? I've noticed this in this space, in this world, because we're Americans. And let's be honest, this is not our top sport. Hell, this isn't even our top three. And that's being generous. I'd rival almost putting NASCAR ahead of soccer at this point in the U.S. And that's no diss to the MLS, but it is kind of. Like, it's just not that popular here. It really isn't. Basketball, American football, baseball still, hockey. I mean, hell, in tennis, you got some Americans. Autumn mentioned them too. Moving on, going in to the next round, the quarterfinals there. On the men's side, Taylor Fritz won today as well. So, I mean, like, you've got different representation deeper in tournaments and other places and other things. This has never been a priority for Team USA. It just has not been a team priority. It has not been a priority as a country to make this sport the sport, even though everywhere else it's the sport. And you guys have seen the crowds, you've seen the energy, you've seen the enthusiasm, you've seen everyone fully into this, and it's really fun. For these few weeks, it was in the U.S., Canada, and Mexico. Now, all three hosts gone in the round of 16. No more home field advantage, no more home court, none of that stuff. Now, the big boys come out to play. Spain winning earlier today, too, 1-0 over Portugal. Cristiano Ronaldo is he's done. It's his last World Cup appearance. He's out. But again, circling back to this game, what did you guys think was going to happen? I think the U.S. was suddenly going to be... But this is not Belgium's best team, by the way. Belgium had beat the U.S. prior, several years ago. That was a better team. But this team is just... When you get to play the European teams, look at this now. The Englands, the Norways, they have the star player or two, sure, but they're just better because there's more of a focus. It's not like super complicated to understand why the U.S. gets to around here. Maybe they get to the round of 32. Maybe they get to the knockout round, the round of 16. Maybe on a rare occasion they get to the quarterfinals. But that's it. And it's usually pretty bad. Like, this wasn't a 1-0 loss like earlier today. Portugal and Spain, a battle, no goals until the 93rd minute or whatever it was. Like, that was heart-wrenching for Portugal, a team that a lot of people picked because it was Ronaldo's last World Cup. Spain, I think, was the favorite going in. Them and France, another team. It's like, ugh. It's just different. It's different to them. It just really is. And it's not shocking to me. I kind of expected this to happen. I thought maybe it'd be a little closer. He knew Balogun wasn't getting a goal tonight. Belgium was so mad at that. They were so pissed off at that. There was no way. There was no way they were letting that dude get anywhere near the goal. Come on. Come on. That wasn't happening. Pulisic gets hurt. There's going to be a lot of critics about him. He's still young-ish. I mean, but again, this team, there are some good pieces that you can build up into the next World Cup that should still be around. You know, you take this as a learning curve and a hopefulness that maybe a quarterfinal, a semifinal is in your future. But the longer there isn't an emphasis put on soccer or football in the U.S., this is what you're going to get. And it's really fun to wave the flags. Listen, I love this country. I love being here. It's not about that. It's just about just being practical and having an actual sports mindset, looking at this, looking at the rosters, being able to go, no, we don't stack up well against any of the 16 remaining teams or 15 remaining teams left. We just don't. Teams from South America and Europe are just going to run roughshod. And hell, Ghana did too a while back. Like, it's just how it is. It's a different game to them. This means everything. Everything. I will give credit, and I know it'll be a little controversial, to President Trump for what he did, calling the FIFA president and being like, maybe we should review this. Doesn't seem right that the best players shouldn't be on the field. At least somebody fought for Team USA. Shit. They're back there like, oh, I guess we have to accept the decision. I mean, at least he was like, I watched it. Didn't seem like it. And if every other head of state is going to call FIFA to bitch about something, why not us? I'm not mad at it. Doesn't mean I like the guy. Doesn't mean I think he's a great president or a bad president or anything in between. I like the fact that he stood up for America there. And that was kind of more of a player's thing. Anyway, Trump was a player's coach right there when he made that call. Because this has been kind of a thing now over the past several months and over the past year or two here with it's the Ronaldo rule about, I think it was a friendly, international friendly. He got a red card. So technically Ronaldo was supposed to be suspended for the first game of the play here, or it was a qualifier or whatever it was. He got access to play. There was a couple different scenarios that ESPN had listed out in an article they had on their website that just kind of referenced this point. This is not like this has never happened before. This has happened recently a lot. Like them using this rule. And Belgium was pissed. That's what we need to do. We need to give them a bigger reason to be upset. But I don't fault President Trump for taking up on this. I don't fault the U.S. for supporting that sentiment and for Balogun to get into the game tonight. Problem is, if you're going to get that, and you're going to go through all that bullshit to get there, you have to do something with it. They didn't. They looked outmatched. It was bad. And it wasn't like, second half, they just got overwhelmed. No, it was pretty much from the beginning. They didn't look like they belonged on the field with Belgium. And again, I mentioned before, this is not the best version of Belgium that we've even seen face us. Like, what do you think is going to happen if they move on to the next round against Spain? Spain's going to just dog walk Jacob Fatou your ass up and down the street. That would have been ugly. That would have been like Germany in the first game. It was like 6-0 in that match they had. Oof. Yikes. Spain would be licking their chops at that. No, it's the roster doesn't add up. It just doesn't. There's not enough emphasis. And unless I'm missing some great new hope from the U.S. that's going to come through. I mean, Balogun's a good piece, but I don't think he's the second coming of Messi or anything in between. I think he had a good World Cup. But they're done. Pulisic, I think he's a good player. I don't think when you look at the best players on all these teams, you look at the Haalands, you look at in Norway, you look at the Mbappes over in France, he's the worst of the best. It's just what it is. Don't be upset. Don't be mad. Don't be like, oh, this is ridiculous. They didn't even put up a. Understand. Getting to this point, being in the top 16 in the world for this sport that we don't give a fuck about, let's be honest. We don't care. Nobody cares here. They cared for a few weeks because they gave it to us. If this was in Qatar again, or if this was in, Sydney, Australia, or whatever it is, we'd still be like, oh, yeah, Team USA, cool. And then we'd be like, go about our day. It was here. So I understand we're living in the fever pitch of the moment of like, oh my God, this is ridiculous. And how could they not do this? And how could they? Because they're not that good. They're not that good. They're good. They're not that good. There are levels to this sport. Watch the Premier League. That's why there's like 3 different divisions. So people get regulated. There are literal levels to how good you can be. This team is like right on the fringe of the number 2 to number 1 level. It's close, but it's not quite there. Belgium is one of those teams that always just seems to be around. France always seems to be around. Brazil lost, but they always seem to be around. Spain always seems to be around because they take this serious. It's their sport. So no, I'm not mad. This is what I expected. And if you're angry at Team USA, or you're angry at this whole thing, I don't know why. Be happy they did what they did. They won some good games. They did beat an Eastern European team to get into this spot in the knockout round of 32, whatever you want to call it. Hell, Malik Tillman showed something. He's a defender, dude, scoring goals. Why not? Sure, keep doing it, buddy. I don't get it. Dude, social media is like the bane of my existence because like I looked and I see all these people just trashing this team and how could they put out that kind of effort or whatever it is? But you expected them to come out and win 4-1 against a European team that's been here before, done the dance? Dude, come on. Be real. Like, be a fan. Cheer, of course, support. You can be upset they lost. That's fine. But, like, then to take shots and all that stuff, it's like, come on. This isn't, the Cavs losing to the Knicks when they have all that talent, right? This from this past season is like Indiana without Tyrese Halliburton taking on Boston in a regular season game. You kind of know what's going to happen. If we're being honest about it, you kind of know what's going to. Still some talented pieces. They still got Pascal Siakam. They still got a few pieces over there. Doesn't matter because Boston's just better. This didn't matter. Belgium's just better. They take it serious over there. I'd love to see what would happen if USA Soccer took this serious. No, we're going to really push. And MLS is doing a good job of getting some more international stars over, but really investing in homegrown talent and growing these kids and getting them really involved. Wouldn't it be really cool if, MLS was the number 1 spot for all the talent to consider? Not the Premier League, not the Bundesliga, not any of that stuff. Not a random league in Saudi Arabia that's going to pay someone $50 million a year to kick a ball. Like, no, this is really give it a shot. And it's not going to be a 4-year thing. That's a generational type thing. It takes, a long time, probably over a decade to build that kind of foundation to catch up to where anywhere near some of the lower European teams are. Could be wrong, but I mean, the proof's in the pudding, folks. Look at it. It's happening. And I need a Keurig to tell you that. Just a Sprite Zero. No green screen like in the Side Hustle Wrestling podcast. You can see what I'm drinking today. But again, 4-1 the final. Team USA falls to Belgium. Belgium moves on. Spain also won earlier today, ending Cristiano Ronaldo's tenure with Portugal football. So we're going to talk about him and his legacy later in the program. I do want to pivot, though, to LeBron right now because there's more and more coming out about this dude, about his decision. And now apparently we're down to 6. This is from Shams Charania over on ESPN. And of course, it actually doesn't tie into the whiteboard all the way, most of the way, but not all the way because the Warriors are still in there. But Warriors, Heat, Nuggets, 76ers, Timberwolves, and the Cavs. Apparently, there were reports that Minnesota was really going full court press to try and convince LeBron, though many league sources have confirmed it feels like it's the Cavaliers' race to lose. Of course it is. This decision, and I think I could be wrong, but the decision back in 2010 was July 10th, somewhere around that date, I believe. He took his time on that one, and then he took his talents out of here. I imagine we'll get into later in this week, maybe even into the weekend, and we may still not know what LeBron's going to do. The fact that Rich Paul comes out and says, no decision's imminent, we're taking our time. All the other big pieces have fell. The trades have happened. You're not going to get another Giannis trade. Like, you're not getting, Kevin Durant you're not getting that. LeBron knows all eyes are on him, and this is where he thrives. This is where he loves to be. All eyes on me, baby. Tell me how great I am. Yeah, well, okay. You've got every team in the league telling you how great you are, and now you've narrowed it down to 6 teams that really want you, that have the pieces, that have the framework to win a championship and to have fun. Because, making over $500 million in your career, being the all-time winning scorer, one of the greatest of all time, hasn't been fun enough. You want to have more fun. The choice is simple. It really is. Philly makes a compelling case, but again, 4 ball-dominant guards, people, and again, if you're reading the bottom, it is day 7 now of LeBron watch, and I have a feeling that may get to double digits before we actually get an answer. That doesn't really work. I think he doesn't like James Harden as much as he would have liked Darius Garland. That would have been kind of obvious in general, just because I feel like he probably feels like he could have guided Garland more. You're not guiding James Harden. You're trying to hold James Harden accountable if you're LeBron, because you're probably the only player on the roster that could. Because we saw during the playoffs, nobody was telling James he was messing up. Nobody was telling James he was making mistakes. Nobody was telling James that you got to stop turning the ball over and stop holding the ball. No, Donovan Mitchell went off after game 4 about how great he was in the middle of the series and at the end of the series. Kenny Atkinson is calling him one of the best perimeter defenders we have, best isolation defenders we have. What? Listen, if you want some dude that can be sometimes out of shape to go out there and just poke the ball out, put his hands out, and either draw a foul or let someone go blow by, and maybe once in a while you do get a steal. I'm 5 years younger than James Harden. I'm an inch taller. My beard is nowhere near as magnificent, but I will be significantly cheaper. I will take the vet minimum. I will take below the vet minimum to do that. Like, come on, man. At the end of the day, though, it's Cleveland. It's got to be Cleveland. And that's not me saying that because I'm a Cavs fan. It's not me saying that because I have a tattoo on my forearm. It's not any reason why. It's because this fits. It truly does. I don't understand the wait. Everyone knows that's all on LeBron. After the Giannis trade went final today, all this stuff, I thought maybe tonight. I was like, you know what? Now that all that stuff is done, it's finalized, it's over, maybe there's a chance. Maybe there's an opportunity. LeBron says, you know what? I'll sneak it in tonight. I'll make the announcement. But then I remember Team USA was playing tonight. So the earliest you're getting a decision is tomorrow. And if you do, obviously we'll have breaking news coverage here on Inside Edge Network. But yeah, buckle up. He's going to make you wait for it. Because if there's one thing LeBron does, it's work on his own timeline. He doesn't give a damn about what you think, what I think, Eli, Rob from the main event, Autumn, Daily Spiral, Chad. Nope, don't care. I'm taking my time. I want to hear everybody out. Everyone tell me how good I am. Come on, tell me. Yeah, that's great. You wanted me to get and tell me again how good I am? Please tell me. Come on. You know how good you are, buddy. Just make the move. Saw the thing on social media. Some YouTuber and Giannis were in a car together, and he was trolling him, saying, LeBron to the Cavs, and Giannis had a heart attack. I hate to break this to you, Giannis, but LeBron's not going to Miami. Uh, I'm thoroughly convinced it's Cleveland, and if it's not Cleveland, it's going to be Philly or Golden State. If it's not Cleveland, it's either the best chance to potentially win because there's just that much talent, or it's I just want to have fun and say I played a season with Steph Curry, which I know Double A would be heartbroken about because he holds that personal. I was talking to him the other day about that. I'm like, man, like you said that he'd be a villain. I don't think people would give a shit if he went to Golden State. He's like, well, I would care. I'm like, okay, well, that's fair. You're allowed to feel that way. I wouldn't care. I think the Cavs would because it kind of feels like they're out of options. They let everything else go. They let Rui Hashimura stay in LA. They let all these guys sign these other deals. There's one player who we're going to talk about a little later that could be a possible fallback because he plays the position. Potentially at his age, they could target, maybe. But is he going to want to move here with no ties? No real reason? We'll discuss it, but I don't know. This felt like the only chip because the Cavs weren't trading Evan Mobley for Jaylen Brown. And apparently they value Donovan Mitchell just as much as Evan Mobley because he wasn't even brought up. So this is it. This is the move they're gonna make. I should rephrase that. They re-signed Thomas Bryant. I'm being disrespectful. Come on. But seriously, this is it. He knows that. And there's still some animosity there. I know there's respect between him and the Gilberts and all that stuff, but there's still some like, you still fucked on me a while ago. The way you handle all that. And LeBron didn't handle it great either, let's be honest. That decision thing was, while good intentioned, awful. This is it. This is the only thing they can do. And if the Cavs don't get LeBron, can you imagine? You don't get LeBron. You don't re-sign Dean Wade. You don't bring back Keon Ellis to see what he could have been off the bench. I know you look at the roster. I think Eli was bringing this up the other day. Oh, they've got Tyrese Proctor and they've got some of these guys, developmental guys. That's cool. They're not in developmental mode right now. This is championship or bust mode right now. You got a 37-year-old James Harden as your point guard. Donovan Mitchell's about to turn 30, and he's up for a contract extension. Jared Allen is getting into his later 20s now. Evan Mobley's the only person you could be like, well, you could be a developmental guy because he's 24. But even then, Evan Mobley, 5 years in the league. What are we getting? It's now or never for Cleveland. The sense of urgency needs to be lifted in the Cavs organization. And if LeBron doesn't come here and they have to try and figure this out without that piece and losing some key rotational guys, I don't like that. I don't like that for them. I don't like that for us as Cavs fans because that's not going to be good. At least LeBron gives you hope that, okay, they added something to this. Lost a couple smaller pieces, added a big piece that could be someone that could matter. And the leadership, because this team needs a leader. Oh, my God. Hopefully, if he does come here, he just takes Donovan Mitchell to school or he takes Mobley to school, one of these guys, so they can start being a real leader and holding their teammates accountable. Instead of just, smacking them on the ass after the game, even when they lose by 30 and saying, well, you did your best. Fuck that, dude. What are you doing? I don't know. How do you blow a 20-plus point lead in the fourth quarter with 7 minutes to play? I would have been wringing James Harden's neck if I was his teammate. Either get out of the game or pass the fucking ball. Stop holding on to it. I don't care how many scoring titles you won 10 years ago. Stop. Please. Oof. But LeBron watch continues, and we'll keep you guys up to date about what happens as it all goes down. Yeah, the Proctor thing, Eli, I don't blame you. I mean, it's not that he's a bad player. Again, it's just so early. It's so early. And I got heat for this the other day when I said, hey, if LeBron does come, I wouldn't mind having Bronny on the team just because as the 14th or 15th player, fine, sure. He's good enough to make an NBA roster. Is he good enough to start? No. Is he your sixth man? No. Is he a key rotational piece off the bench? Not quite yet, no. But in a pinch, if I had to play Bronny 5 to 10 minutes in a game, I know I'm going to get good defense. Maybe he'll hit a few shots. Maybe he won't. But all I need him to do is get in there and play some, just be a bulldog for now. I said his ceiling is Drew Holiday, Bronny. That's his ceiling. That's an NBA champion. And that's a starting point guard. He's got a long way to go to get there. And he's had his own health issues and all that stuff that people just forget about randomly. Like this kid, like he died on a court. Like, and he's still playing basketball, which is crazy. Like the fact that he's playing basketball is a miracle in its own right. But I wouldn't mind that as a piece, and he's going to come in cheap. Like that's a piece to fill it out. But you're not getting Bronny without LeBron. And LeBron's the centerpiece. LeBron is the point of this free agency for Cleveland. The big move, the big shakeup is bringing back the one guy that could bring you a championship. And hoping that he accentuates the other pieces around him enough to do it again so we can get at least two in our lifetime. Because the Cavs window is closing. This version of this Cavs team, I think Donovan Mitchell is going to be happy if they don't get LeBron. They go into next season, they win 50 games in the regular season, get a top 4 seed, and then lose in the Eastern Conference semis or the conference finals again badly because of the way the team is put together. You think he's going to be like, you know what I want to do now? I want to sign a 5-year contract extension with Cleveland. No, he's out. And some people may think they want to welcome that, but at the same point, he can be a damn good piece and he can be a damn good Robin. And maybe with the right mentorship, because on every team he's been on, he has had to bend the guy. Now he'd have someone who has been the guy for decades. That could be something that Donovan Mitchell needs to take his game to the next level. It's a no-brainer, Cleveland. Make the move. Do what you have to do. Get it done. Break here on Midnight Run, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. When we come back, the Browns catching strays. We're not even at training camp yet. Though Doughboy did say we're about 11 days out, so mark calendars. But nevertheless, the second worst roster starters in the league? We'll talk about that next here on Midnight Run. Stay with us. Fanatics isn't just our name, it's who we are. Loyal, passionate fans dedicated to our favorite teams and to the sports we love. That's why we're honored to be able to offer fans the world's largest collection of official sports apparel and sports jerseys from all leagues, teams, and players you love. We feature a wide selection of gear from every league, including the NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, and NCAA merchandise, which allows us to serve fans of football, baseball, hockey, basketball, lacrosse, soccer, golf, and, well, everything else that gets your heart pumping. Go to fanatics.com by using the QR code on your screen right now to celebrate your teams. That's fanatics.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
Small business owners are superheroes, but nowadays running your business means doing so inside your shop and on social media. That's why you should make Omega Video Marketing your sidekick.
With a decade of content creation experience, I create dynamic, informative, and fun videos for your specific social needs that will increase brand awareness, get you more followers, and keep your social pages and websites current and fresh.
I offer flexible pricing and turn times and will work with you to understand your brand and your story. All of that comes from the heart. My award-winning expertise is just the cherry on top. So let's get connected. After all, your brand is the alpha and my expertise is the omega.
Discover our collection of handcrafted candles. That's right, every product is thoughtfully created in small batches, free from harmful toxins for mindful everyday indulgence. Our candles are hand-poured in coconut soy wax with natural wood wicks, offering a long-lasting burn and rich fragrances. Create a cozy, safe ambiance for your home with candles from Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers use the promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network. Mosser Moments Photography is a husband and wife wedding photography team based in Cleveland, owned and operated by Inside Edge Network's very own Ryan Mosser and his wife, Hallie. For the past 10 years, they've captured more than 100 weddings across Northeast Ohio and beyond, always working together as a true two-person team. Their style centers on authentic, emotional storytelling, documenting the real moments between two people in love and creating images that feel natural, comfortable, and true to the couple. Rooted in Northern Ohio but inspired by their travels, Ryan and Hallie bring a warm, personal approach to every wedding day. Their work blends experience, consistency, and a genuine passion for helping couples relive their best day through timeless photography. Learn more at monstermomentsphotography.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. monstermomentsphotography.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
Welcome back to Midnight Run, right here on the Inside Edge Network. Here's your guest host, who is slightly more attractive and significantly taller than Double A, Kyle Cornell.
Oh, I know for a fact that he's going to kill me for these. Welcome back in, guys. Midnight Run here with Double A Anthony Alford. Kyle Cornell filling in for Double A these next 2 days. We'll have some more guest hosts for you guys throughout the week. I believe Eli going to be taking over when the time comes on Wednesday. So excited to be here with you talking sports. I know normally you guys see me on Unfiltered with Kyle Cornell at 5 o'clock every day here on the Inside Edge Network, which of course you should like, subscribe, punch that notification bell at Inside Edge Net across all the different social media platforms. Taking the week off of Unfiltered, little summer vacay. Appreciate that, Mr. Program Director, but still obviously wanting to fill in and make sure we're here to support the team with however we need to do that. Excuse me. But honored to be here. Honored to be part of this program. I'm very happy I'm not doing Wednesday because Midnight Conversations usually gets a little crazy. Yeah, I'm pretty stoked that I don't have to be a part of that. At least not yet. I haven't been asked. So nevertheless, again, hey, at Inside Edge Net, all the socials you see right there, bottom of your screen. Website too, don't forget about that, InsideEdgeNetwork.com. And check us out over on Roku. That's right, we have our own app. Just search Inside Edge Network on the Roku app. Take us wherever you go, night or day or night, afternoon, or at midnight. We're there for you. Okay. Yeah, she did. Yeah, buddy. Don't worry, it gets worse. See, my mistake is with this, like, I take this as a challenge. Like, when it's like, okay, Kyle, we need you for 2 nights. Do you mind? Of course not. I'll be there. No worries. But then I want to make production for the show too. And part of my job is to try to make sure Eli's job is very easy. So I try to, send topics ahead of time, try to, send in videos, whatever it is, production, that kind of stuff. So that way, all he's got to do is plug and play and just sit back, sip on some non-alcoholic beverages and just hang out and hopefully get a little bit of rest in the middle of all this. But you know who's not getting rest right now is the ghost of the Browns' past and apparently its future. Cleveland. The Browns, according to an ESPN article, ranked as the second worst starting lineup in all of football. Good grief. There's the 2 winners right there, quarterback, Shador Sanders and Deshaun Watson, battling it out to see who's going to eventually not be on the team after week 8. Just kidding, that's Dylan Gabriel. There's a lot to get into, but what I did in this situation was, okay, I'm going to pull up the roster. And Siri doesn't understand it either. And I was going to pull up the depth chart as it stands now. Again, we haven't even started training camp yet. So we have no idea who is actually going to start for this team. But I wanted to kind of, put a little bit of emphasis on this and see like who's actually going to be playing. And the offense, there's some unproven pieces. I'm not mad at it. The receivers, your starting receivers, Jerry Jeudy and Denzel Boston as the outside receivers, Casey Concepcion as your slot. You could rotate in Isaiah Bond in there as well if you really needed to. Obviously, Harold Fannin at tight end rather. They have Blake Whiteheart as the backup tight end. I think Joe Royer from Cincy probably will end up taking that spot at some point, you would think. Who knows? Obviously, Quinshawn Junkins, Dylan Sampson as your running backs. They got Raheem Sanders behind them, too. He's not a bad piece. If someone gets hurt, he could fill in and actually probably give you a couple yards. The big thing for me was the line, because this is essentially, and I think actually is, an entirely new offensive line for the Browns, at least as it sits today. Left tackle, Spencer Fano. Left guard, Zion Johnson. That was a signing from the Chargers. Elton Jenkins at center. No Parker Brailsford yet, but who knows? That could change. Tevin Jenkins over at right guard. He may have been a carryover. I'm not too sure, but I'm pretty sure he came from Chicago not too long ago. And then Titus Howard at right tackle, the guy we traded for from Houston or signed. I can't remember what happened. And I say we. I'm not a Browns fan, but nevertheless, it's not a bad offense. Obviously, the biggest problem is your quarterback. On this unofficial depth chart, they do have Shedeur Sanders listed as a starting quarterback, with Deshaun Watson being listed as the number 2, Dylan Gabriel as the 3rd, and Taylon Green as the token practice squad quarterback. Defensively, it looks a little bit different. No more Myles Garrett, but instead you get Jared Verse. Quincy Williams goes in at linebacker. I think that's actually a really good piece, if we're being frank about it. And I'm not, I'm Kyle, but I'll still be frank for a minute. Alex Wright, one of the guys expected to step up. Mason Graham, good rookie season, hoping to build off that. Mike Hall's in there, Malik Collins. Carson Schlesinger, the rookie of the year on defense. He's your big piece in there. Still got Denzel Ward, still got Grant Delpit, Tyson Campbell. Miles Harden makes me nervous at the other cornerback spot, but he's there. Or at least one of the spots, maybe the nickel, whatever it is. And then Ronnie Hickman hanging out. But then you have Emmanuel McNeil Warren, who very well could end up being the starter at safety, at free safety for the Browns. That's not a bad defense. Is it as good with Myles Garrett on the roster? Of course not. But it's not bad. Special teams. It looks like Corey Bojorquez is going to be coming back. I thought maybe he was going to be gone. Andre Smith, obviously, you know what he does. I don't know about the return stuff. I feel like when you're in this position with the Browns, when you have these kind of players that you know, okay, we're not going to be able to get Isaiah Bond the ball a ton in the offense. Let them return punts. Let them return kicks. They got Gage Larvidan and they got Malachi Corley back there still with Bond and Dylan Sampson. I'm moving those two up. Guys that are actually going to play and still get reps on offense, but you want to get them more touches. You just know, hey, I've got 3 other receivers ahead of you. I've got another running back ahead of you that's going to get 300 carries. This is an option to get touches in a game. Maybe we're lucky we force a couple punts. You're able to get a few returns. Maybe, a couple kickoffs, whatever it is. This roster doesn't feel like it's the second worst in football. And we're judging this off of the play, obviously, of a few key rookies. In the offense, there are 3 starters that are rookies. Fano at left tackle, and the 2 receivers, Concepcion and Denzel Boston. Denzel Boston's going to be good, by the way. It may not be in Cleveland because whoever is, but eventually he's going to be good. He's going to be good. I'm telling you. I was so shocked they got him in the 2nd round. Defense, same thing. I mean, you've got some good pieces in there with some veterans sprinkled in with some young guys. I feel like this is a indictment of the quarterback room and not an indictment of the actual team as a whole. Because the team as a whole, on paper, should be able to win you 6, 7, maybe 8 games. It's the quality of the quarterback play that drops you down to 3 to 4 to 5 games or up to 8 to 9 to 10 wins in this situation with a team built like this. There's a reason, if you guys watch Unfiltered, why I didn't have either of the Browns quarterbacks, not only in my top 10 in the league, that's a given, but in my 10 quarterbacks that could make their way into the top 10 next season. Shedeur just hasn't had enough reps in game for me to be confident. He went 3-4 as a starter last year and had bad stats. Dylan Gabriel had better stats than Shedeur Sanders last season. And he still went 3-4 as a starter. That's a good sign, but it's not anywhere near the top 10, 15, 20 in the league. Quarterback play, which you could say for most teams, oh, I know it's the quarterback's going to determine the result, and that's going to be, sure. But this is one of the key teams, and we'll look back at this era of Browns football. This is one of the key situations where it's going to define a decade of Browns football, because the team, since Myles Garrett was drafted back in 2017, there's been some really good pieces on this team. Offensive line, defensive play. It's been a probably over the last half decade been probably a top 5 to 10 defense. There have been some good situational players on offense, but it never really came fully together. And the quarterback has always been at the center of that. And the more we overanalyze and we push people out and want more instead of what's in front of you, I don't know what Baker Mayfield would have looked like if he was still a Brown. None of us do. Because he was stubborn, he was playing through injuries, and he just wasn't good. Last season, got hurt halfway through an MVP caliber season, and Tampa suffered for it because he tried to play through some of these injuries. He didn't play as well. Still had a good season technically overall, statistically, but still he didn't play as well because he tried to push through this stuff. But he was your best chance. He's like top 5 in most Browns categories as a quarterback, and he was only in Cleveland for a handful of years. That's how bad this position has been. There's probably only one team in the NFL that's had worse quarterback play, and that's Chicago. The difference is they have their guy now. And he looked damn good. When you're getting declined on trademarks, you know you've made it. This is a good team. Overall, it's a good team. Some people may think I'm blasphemous for saying that. It's a good team. A lot of these places, these people complement each other. It should work. It should work. The big thing is going to be, what are you getting out of Shedeur? What are you getting out of Deshaun? Who's going to start? God, it's like the quarterback competition. I just don't want to hear the end of it. Like I don't want to know. Like one of those things where I just want to be like, yeah, you. Oof. I'm so grateful I'm not a Browns fan. At the same point, I got people going on ESPN and talking about it's going to be a big season for Tyler Shook and the Saints. Sure. Sure. Brandon Whedon 2.0 has got me really excited. God. Just be happy your quarterback isn't ancient. They're both 30 or under. Tyler Shook is 26, turning 27, might as well be turning 39 as a second-year player. Jeez. He just wanted all that college. He wanted all that experience. He better be a fucking doctor. Like, why are you going to college for 7 years, dude? Jeez. We're going to take our last break here on almost on Unfiltered on Midnight Run. See, now I got it in my head. Don't worry. The AI lady will remind me when we come back. But when we do come back, if LeBron doesn't happen for Cleveland, for the Cavs, is there a better option? Possibly. Is it better? Is it worse? I may have to ask Eli about this. Also, we're going to talk about the legacy of a player who also saw his World Cup hopes get dashed today on the pitch here in the Americas. All that coming up here on Midnight Run. Don't touch that dial. Stay with us.
Key On Sports is the leader in Ohio high school athletic coverage in written, print, and video streaming. From the latest news and results and written content to the high school football game of the week every Friday, Key On Sports has you covered. The vision of 15-time published author Vince McKee has become the most trusted site in Ohio high school athletic news. From podcasts to player profiles, Key On Sports is your one-stop for all of it. Visit them today at keyonsports.com or on YouTube at Key On Sports. Check out their socials on Twitter and Facebook as well.
Clean energy, bold flavors, and no jitters. See why people won't shut up about Dubby. Clean energy, no jitters or crash. Whether you're starting your workday or getting ready to exercise, Dubby Energy helps you lock in and focus. With over 15 flavors to choose from, you can't miss. Order W Energy right now by using the QR code on your screen and use the promo code InsideEdge10 to receive 10% off your order. W Energy, your energy-focused sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Discover our collection of body mists made with clean, minimal ingredients. Handcrafted with natural essential oils and clean ingredients, they offer a natural alternative to synthetic fragrances. Perfect for sensitive skin and those seeking clean, mindful self-care, and the perfect gift for you or your special someone. Courtesy of Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers, use that promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Whether searching for a baseball autographed by your favorite World Series slugger, a signed football by an iconic Hall of Famer, or the jersey of a world-famous soccer star, you've come to the right place. Here at SportsMemorabilia.com, the web's leading source of authentic sports memorabilia, you'll find more than 500,000 authentic products from nearly every professional sports league, team, and players. Not only will you find your next prized sports possession with ease thanks to superb customer service and tremendous site experience, you'll have the satisfaction and peace of mind that every product listed comes complete with a certificate of authenticity and is fully backed by the SportsMemorabilia.com lifetime authenticity guarantee. Go to SportsMemorabilia.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. SportsMemorabilia.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Find us on InsideEdgeNetwork.com for the latest information on your favorite shows, personalities, and network partners. Plus, guess what? We have a merch shop. That's right, we have network polos, t-shirts, champion jackets, hats, and bottles. Rep the network. Every purchase supports independent sports and entertainment media. Use the QR code on your screen right now to check out InsideEdgeNetwork.com. That's InsideEdgeNetwork.com.
Welcome back to Midnight Run, here on the Inside Edge Network. Here's your guest host, the salt to double A's pepper, Kyle Cornell.
Yo, listen, AI Lady was out of pocket for that one. I didn't even tell her to say that. That's wild. Welcome back in Midnight Run here on the Inside Edge Network. Last segment with you guys. We round out your late night. Appreciate you stopping by and, of course, taking some time with us. Don't forget, make sure you guys like, subscribe, punch that notification bell at Inside Edge Net across all the different social media platforms. Check out our website, InsideEdgeNetwork.com, a great one-stop shop to see what we are all about. If you're curious, if you watch the show, whether you're on X, wherever you are, kind of thing, and you want to know what are these guys about that keep doing these big blocks of great programming at night, daily, here, just on all the different socials, check out the website too. You're going to get a great idea about what all of us do, more about us in general as well, and a great chance to just check it all out. And the merchandise store doesn't hurt either. Pretty cool merch. Also, download the app. That's right, on Roku, Inside Edge Network. Just give us a search, download us, take us wherever you need to go right there on the Roku app. I have it on my phone. Great way to catch up if I'm out and about. It seemed to find the YouTube button. So there you go. There's always for that as well. Into some news and notes as we wrap up your Monday evening. Now, obviously, your early Tuesday morning. Another name came about in all the free agent frenzy fracas, if you will. And his name is DeMar DeRozan. Does that look intriguing to you? Because there are reports that obviously not only is he now a free agent, he's been bought out by the Sacramento Kings. So he's free to sign with any team. That the teams that miss out on Mr. LeBron James may target DeMar DeRozan as a backup just in case. Similar kind of play style to a point. Obviously, not anywhere near the ability to, be a facilitator, so to speak, but still can get you a bucket. I think he averaged a little over 18 points a game last year still. As a second or third scorer on a team, could be a piece. He's also been able to hit some clutch shots in his career. Good two-way player, some good length at the three for a lot of these people, maybe even the two, depending on what your roster looks like. This is a risk right here because, he's already just like so damn tired. But I don't know if this has been brought up or not because I haven't been able to watch the programming up until this point. So I want to bring in Eli, and there's always a chance that I won't be able to hear him. So we'll see how that goes. So we'll see if he pops on.
Can you hear me? 1 2 1 2.
Son of a bitch! I can't hear you, dude. I'm going to assume he's out. I'm going to assume that Eli is all for this. That he wants DeMar DeRozan almost more than LeBron at this point. All right, like he wants DeMar so bad. He's so much younger. He's 36, turning 37. I mean, he's 4 to 5 years younger. Yeah, I think it'd be a good move if they could do it. My biggest thing, would you? I didn't think about that. He's still out there, which blows my mind. Jonathan Kuminga is a piece that I don't think we've talked enough about. You talk about someone who aligns more with the timeline of Evan Mobley, someone who maybe could be a complementary scorer and piece to someone like Mobley if he ended up being, let's say the Cavs, they don't get LeBron, Kuminga can't find a damn team. He signs with Cleveland on some sort of mid-level deal. They have to make a trade or something to bring him in. They like the youth. They like bringing him in to be, another kind of, Bungie offensive type guy. I think Kuminga has OG Anunoby traits. Whether he reaches that full potential, who knows? But that team with Evan Mobley and Kuminga moving forward, if Donovan decides next offseason he doesn't want to resign and he leaves, at that point you're probably letting Jared Allen walk. Obviously James Harden's not going to want to be here anymore, and he'll just be too old to even move. The only place he's going to move is he's going to take his walker with tennis balls at the bottom, and he's going to scooch on down to the strip club that's not 25 or older in Cleveland. Or you could go with these two guys, with Kuminga and Mobley, and say, hey, we got two 25-year-olds, 24, 25-year-olds that we think can be a thing. Kuminga can score 20 a game. Evan Mobley could be our rock, our centerpiece. And that's something to build off of. I don't know. In the short term, I think DeRozan would be a great piece for the Cavs if they don't get LeBron. The issue is going to be, again, why would he want to come to Cleveland when it feels like there's other options potentially out there? Could he want to join a younger team like the Clippers and stay in LA or stay in California and go down there? Could Golden State be an option for DeMar DeRozan? That's not being talked about. They got enough perimeter shooters. Another mid-range guy. I mean, he gives, to a point, kind of Andre Iguodala vibes. Maybe not as good defensively as Iguodala was, but I mean, overall as an offensive player, I think he's way better than Iguodala was. Both crazy good athletes. That could be Golden State's consolation prize. And he gets to stay in California. I'm looking at those two teams. He has a history with the Spurs. I don't think that makes any sense, especially because they went and got Tobias Harris. I mean, I'm looking at Dallas. I'm looking at Golden State, and I'm looking at the Clippers hard if I'm DeMar DeRozan. The other people, I mean, Miami will be interesting, but I don't think that's a good fit because how many more perimeter or, mid-range shooters do you want to add to a team? That's too many. Philadelphia, that's 5. They need 5 basketballs. Double A was talking about 4. They're going to need 5. Minnesota, maybe. But again, if you're going to go to Minnesota, you might as well just go to Cleveland. I don't know. That could be fun, maybe with LaMelo Ball, throwing him to him. He could still get 20 a game out there. Who knows? There are options out there. The question is, how are the Cavs going to be able to make it work if they don't get LeBron? That's the big with all of this, is LeBron's the main point. What comes after, who knows? And Kuminga, the reason why he probably hasn't signed is because that dude wants a fat ass contract. And there's only a couple of teams in the league that probably could give it to him right now. Brooklyn's probably one of them. And that's maybe it. So good luck. Last thing, today marked the last game for Cristiano Ronaldo with Portugal. There he sees leaving the field, left it all on the field, crying. Dude has done amazing things, 41 years old. This obviously his last World Cup. He's made that very well known, despite being probably in the best shape of maybe any athlete in the world, including LeBron. Calling it 5-time Ballon d'Or winner, 2-time Premier League Player of the Season, 3-time Best FIFA Men's Player. He's a La Liga Best Player, 2-time Serie A Footballer of the Year, 3-time UEFA Men's Player of the Year, 8-time Domestic League Champion, 5-time Champions League Champion. Say that 10 times fast. Overall, in domestic play, 600 goals across 24 seasons. One of the greatest players of all time. But the only thing missing off that resume is a World Cup. And that is why Cristiano Ronaldo will never be considered the greatest of all time. Leo Messi is playing with house money at this point. Dude scores goals, assists like it's no one's business. He got that World Cup in 2022 with Argentina. They're still in the tournament. And honestly, the way some of these teams are falling off, they may have a chance to get back and make it interesting. I don't think they're the favorite, but I think they have an opportunity. Still a good team. Again, great players, but really good teams. USA, take notes. Just because you have possibly the biggest soccer star ever doesn't guarantee you're going to win a World Cup. You know what does? A really damn good team, depth, and attention to detail when it comes to the sport. If you're serious about it, take this year as an example. Take the people that showed up for these games. The record number of views and viewers of these games all across the country, the continent. Take this as a sign to get your head out of your ass and make this a priority. Make soccer a top 3 sport in the country. The result, you get people like this. Cristiano Ronaldo and Leo Messi are probably only beaten by a couple people when it comes to followers in the entire world. They are internationally known. Internationally known. The only person who's relatively internationally known right now is Balogun, and that's because he was not supposed to play tonight and he did. And the team isn't anywhere as good. I take the other 10 people on Portugal over the other all 11 people on the USA team. Not even without Ronaldo. It's just better. But when it comes to the greatest, Ronaldo's going to fall short. And there's some big Ronaldo fans out there. Sorry, I show speed. He's not the best. Could not do it. Got talent on the team. 2022, a lot of people were saying that was the time. Ended up being Messi's time. This year, he could do it again. Who knows? We do know Ronaldo will not be doing it. We also know that's going to wrap it up for Midnight Run here on the Inside Edge Network. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me for this hour plus. I appreciate it. Again, don't forget, like, subscribe, punch that notification bell at Inside Edge Net, all the socials. Give us a like, a follow. We'll be back here tomorrow. I will be back. The salt to double ace pepper, that from the AI lady, not me. Again, borderline out of bounds. But we're a little bit unhinged, right? Unhinged Sports Talk. We're into the early morning hours. Nevertheless, have a great rest of your evening. Get some shut-eye, get some rest. We will see you bright-eyed and bushy-tailed tomorrow, 12 o'clock here on the Inside Edge Network. Have a good evening, guys.